You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. As y'all tap on in, man. Appreciate everybody that's going to join the stream, man. Love, honor, and respect to all of y'all, man. Let's get right into this video, man. Uh, Janiqua, salute to you. I appreciate you with a $50 donation to the Cash App today, too. Much love to you. I seen that. And, yeah, I was surprised what I saw today. I definitely was surprised at what I saw today. Can't even lie about it. Can't even lie about it. What I saw in court today, hold on, you guys. What I saw in court today, I just, wow, man. I was just sitting up here thinking, like, damn, man, this is crazy work. You know what I'm saying? Um, Once again, this is crazy work. So let's get into this. And I told people, man, these cats thought I was capping when I say stuff. When I'm saying stuff on the internet, man, it's not because I'm saying it. It's because I know what I'm talking about, man. If you deep into into the paperwork, like I'm deep into the casework, and I'm reading the paperwork, and I'm reading all the tea leaves, I'm seeing what's going on, man. They finna set this nigga up, man. You think they're gonna stop at Keefe D? Y'all niggas is crazy. And I'm finna tell y'all tonight, Keefe D is done. That audio tape they played today, and I'm gonna tell y'all how Keefe D is cooked. A lot of people think that Keefe D is gonna walk. He ain't walking on this. They gonna find that nigga guilty, bro. He not walking on this. I'm finna tell y'all all this shit tonight, right now. And I'm gonna tell y'all how Keefe D is toast, man. It's two people that did Keefe D end so far, and I ain't even got to the third person, but the first person is right there on the right hand side of your screen, and that's Mob James. And a lot of you guys don't understand still what I'm talking about, and I'm gonna explain to y'all tonight what I'm talking about. But first, we got to get to this article because, as y'all can see, man, I told you guys, man, according to the reports, bro. I told niggas they gonna hit this nigga. They gonna come back. As soon as they get Keefe D packed up, they coming to get Diddy. That's why they going out to Keefe D, because they want Diddy. That's why they going out to Keefe D, because they want Diddy. Keefe D opened his mouth and he gave him an avenue to come get him. Now you're hearing Keefe D on these audio tapes. There ain't taking none of this shit back. Now you see Keefe D on those audio tapes giving all these extreme details, hours and hours of details. Can't nobody in the world read a script and remember a script 5 hours long. That nigga going to prison, bro. He did it to himself. That nigga came on the tapes, talking on the tapes himself. He did it himself. Once they seen that, they seen a way to go pack Diddy up. They said, oh, this nigga out here talking? Shit, we can go pack him and Diddy up. And they're going to try and roll him into Diddy. They're going to pack him up first and then roll him into Diddy. People come on the internet, oh, man, they ain't got enough. I'm seeing people, I'm like, bro, do these people even know what the hell they talking about? Let me say this to y'all again. To everybody that's listening to this video. Las Vegas, and I want everybody to understand, please understand where I'm coming from. Las Vegas has certain laws. Las Vegas laws, they don't need Keefe D to have a gun. They don't need DNA. They don't need a car. They don't need any of that. All they have to prove is that Keefe D was a shot caller for the Compton, Southside Compton Crips, and that Tupac's murder was an immediate retaliation by the Southside Compton Crips of what happened in that casino in the MGM Grand when Orlando Anderson got jumped. That's all they got to do. This is the part I don't think people understand. The reason why they're going to find Keefe D guilty, not only because of Keefe D's testimonies. If you guys heard what they put out there, how they talked about the in the opening, they talked about the gang life, fear of your life, retaliation is a must. Nobody can disrespect you. You have to get back, bro. They talked about the fears of being in the gang life. Let me tell y'all something. They used Mob James testimony, again, the prosecutor was smiling. He got everything he needed out of Mob James. Why? Use your brains, ladies and gentlemen. Mob James, he went up there and said, I'm a hostile witness. I don't want to testify. Mob James on the stand under oath told the whole jury, yo, if I say something, I'm going to put this man in prison. He made the whole point of the prosecution is that the gang life has a certain type of what they call loyalty. They're not supposed to be talking, and that these guys are hostile witnesses and were forced to go up there and testify or be prosecuted, thrown in prison, which they ain't trying to be. And the fact that they got these guys to go up there and reluctantly speak on these issues because they threatened them to go up there. They even talked about what they did with Mob James, how they made Mob James go to Bakersfield, California, and grand jury his ass and told him, if you don't go up there, we're going to lock your ass up. Mob James like, yo, I'm taking care of my grandkids. If you lock me up, they ain't going to have nobody. Nah. So instead of him trying to go on the run from the law, he went up there. When he told dude to get his lawyer, when he sat up there and told dude, hey, man, I ain't trying to put you in prison. But when he confirmed certain aspects, I tried to tell y'all this shit, man. Y'all niggas ain't want to. Bro, listen, that nigga Keefe D is toast. And then what happened today? Bro, they did this thing dirty. They got something filthy waiting for y'all, too. They brought Ahmaud Pyru up there. They brought Ahmaud Pyru, Mob James, and what they did today, y'all. What they did today, y'all. They did that nigga Keefe D. If y'all would have seen that nigga Keefe D face today, my nigga, they brought a Southside Compton crib up there. They brought Devontae Lee up there, bro. Now, if you guys who don't know who Devontae Lee is a former associate with the Southside Compton Crips. Devontae Lee went up there, and all he had to do was establish that they were a gang. They were linked to Diddy. Orlando was the main, not Orlando. Keefe D was the main shot caller. And all he had to do was do what? Confirm the mall beatdown. Keefe D's lawyer played it smart today. That mofo kept them questions short. They packing Diddy up. They talked about Diddy again today. They packing Diddy up on a RICO, bro. I try to tell every last one of y'all ass. They real target is Sean Diddy Combs. That's their real target. All they doing this is, and that's why they're going into the Diddy part in this trial. Because what they're doing is, what do you have to do for a RICO? Show that it was a criminal organization. Show that you had a record label that was linked with gangsters. That's it. Why y'all think Suge Knight said, man, I don't even know Mob James. That nigga ain't work for me. Suge Knight ain't stupid. I try to tell you niggas, bro. They finna find Keefe D so guilty. This shit is disgusting. I'm telling you, at the end of this, they're gonna tell the jury, how can you make up a 5-hour script? Did y'all hear that nigga on tape today? And then the tension was real. And I'm gonna tell you something. That nigga Keefe D fucked up, bro. Keefe D fucked up, my nigga. I'm gonna show you where he fucked up today. I'm gonna show y'all where Keefe D fucked up. That nigga fucked up bad today, bro. He should not have did this shit, man. If you're Keefe D, the one thing you cannot do is show emotion in court. Bro, they had some niggas in the back of that courtroom that was looking at dude like, bro, you really about to see you sitting here snitching on this nigga like this, bro? But that nigga had already been talking to them people. He had talked to them people multiple times. That's why Keefe D's lawyer didn't want to go deeper than that. Because if he would have went deeper than that, he would have destroyed Keefe D. Because, dude, if y'all notice, a lot of y'all didn't notice this. I'm finna show y'all something. A few things have happened in court that people have not been seeing. I'm finna show y'all what happened with homie right here. With this brother right here and Keefe D. Them niggas had a back and forth in court today. Them niggas had a back and forth in court today. Bro, did y'all see that shit? Bro, that nigga Keefe D going to prison, bro. Bro, the jury is watching all this. Why in the fuck is Keefe D making any faces? He don't need to be making no faces. Keefe D is on the goddamn bench going back and forth with a nigga he came up with. You can't say nothing in court. You cannot show no emotion, my nigga. They gonna cook your ass. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. We going right to it. I'm finna go right to the part. I'm gonna go here first.
In fact, you had just
look at my man right here, y'all. When the brother is talking, as soon as he finished talking, yo, it looked like Keefe D said something to that nigga. That nigga was mad than a mofo. That nigga looked at Keefe D. I don't know if somebody can see this. Somebody in the comment section got to tell me what he said, bro. That nigga looked at Keefe D. That nigga said something to Keefe D. I couldn't make it out what he said to that nigga, though. He said something to Keefe D, bro. He said something sinister to Keefe D. I couldn't make out what he said, but I'm going to show y'all right now. Maybe y'all in the chat room, maybe y'all can tell me what he said. Because that nigga said something to Keefe D. Bro, and they said that shit right in front of the jury. The jury's sitting there watching. This shit on TV. Watch this right here, y'all.
you had made mention.
Watch right here. Look at him.
I have no further
No further question. Watch this right here, y'all.
Sorry, let me back.
Watch this nigga face the whole time. He say something. Him and Keefe D says, Keefe D had to say something to that nigga. That nigga got mad as a motherfucker right here. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. And I think he was mad because Keefe D was talking, got everybody there, right? Look how he's staring at Keefe D. Bro, them niggas is ice grill, my nigga. That shit real, nigga.
Your Honor, I will pass.
Look, y'all.
Witness, except for one thing. I don't think I moved before the witness. Please, I don't think I moved.
Him and Keefe D, that nigga Keefe D was staring a bullet in that hole in that nigga, bro.
Which is state is moving.
Hold on, let me move this.
Proposed.
Look how you looking at Keefe D. That nigga looking Keefe D looking at that nigga. I'm still trying to figure out what that nigga said though, bro.
It's evidence.
64, 65, 70, and
I'm trying to figure out what he said.
any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
They'll be admitted.
Now watch this, y'all.
No further questions.
All right. One final thing, Mr. Lee. Anybody from any members of the jury have any questions?
Watch this nigga face, y'all.
Okay. Got it. Can I have the parties approach?
Look how he looked to the jury. Now look at Keefe, y'all. Keefe like, man, this shit right here, bro. Look at Keefe the whole time, y'all. Look at Keefe. Keefe, look how you looking at a nigga. That nigga Keefe, hey, bro, that nigga, that's a cold nigga right there, bro. Bro, now watch this right here, bro. Watch this right here, bro. Look how he's staring a hole in. You can't do that in court. This is why they're gonna find that nigga guilty, bro. You cannot do that in court, my nigga.
What did you receive multiple payments for if you gave information to HIDA once?
Well, it was during, the course of the investigation and things like that.
Bruh.
That's what it was for.
So he was a paid informant. They was paying a nigga to snitch.
They have different ways of, looking out for you or giving you something to try to help your situation or something like that.
Any follow-up based on that state?
Nope.
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
Look,
All right,
y'all.
Thank you for being with us, Mr.
Look,
Lee. You
y'all.
are excused. You're welcome.
Look, y'all. Let me take that back a little bit. Now look at Keefe.
Who's your next witness, state?
Hold on, y'all.
So we're gonna play.
Take that back a little bit. Hold on.
70 and 71.
That's impressive, yeah.
Any objection?
That nigga was mad than a mofo, man.
Your Honor, I will pass. I'll pass the witness except for one thing. I don't.
Oh, there it go right there. Y'all see it? Here it go. Watch this, y'all. Watch when this nigga look at Keefe D. That nigga said, I couldn't tell what he said, bro. Bro, that shit, bro, this shit live, bro. Look, now look at this nigga, dog. He must have caught eyes with him because look at him,
With
bro.
regard to what you reviewed,
Look at him right
fair
now,
to
bro.
say that you told Detective Locke a more specific sort of thing that happened at the Lakewood Mall, right?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah. Can you tell us, for instance, the location of where the fight took place?
Yeah, it was my Foot Locker.
By the Foot Locker.
Yeah.
In fact, you had made mention that the fight at the Foot Locker was so bad that they had to remodel it after the thing had gone down at the Lakewood Mall. Fair?
Yeah, it's turned into the World Foot Locker.
Right. You described it as mayhem.
Hold on. To the person in the comment section, I saw your comment. I want to answer your comment. To the person in the comment section. You said, and I wish I wouldn't have deleted that comment because I wanted to respond to that dude. He says, why do black people tear our own apart? Why are you not making the video about the LAPD? Because it's not the LAPD fucking fault we here, nigga. We only here for one reason. The only reason why we here is because of him. Stop taking the blame to somebody else, my nigga. If the dude would not have went on podcast talking, we wouldn't be here, nigga. The fuck is you talking about, dog? Something is really wrong with y'all dudes in the comments, bro. Something's really wrong with y'all in the comments. Y'all blaming Lottie, Dottie, and everybody except for the man who was out here writing books, doing podcasts, talking about Tupac was breakdancing in the back seat. What you thought they was gonna do? What you thought they was gonna do? And you come up here talking about me. Y'all niggas is ignorant, man. Cut this capping ass shit out, man. That nigga wrote books, podcast. Now, all this shit, Weezy out of here. He gone. Y'all boy, they put that nigga in a whole fucking Rico, nigga. And I told y'all this shit. That nigga on a jailhouse phone talking. Then let's get past all that. Let's get past all that shit. How in the blue hell is you sitting in court, ice grilling a nigga in front of the jury? Bro, he was doing that same shit to Mob James. I'm like, nigga, you in court. If I'm Keefe D, you shouldn't even be looking at that nigga. You ice grilling this nigga. Let me make this bigger. You ice grilling this nigga in front of the jury. You can't, bro. That's unbelievable, my nigga. Smash the like button, man. That's unfucking believable, bro. Bro, the jury is watching everything. To the nigga who say deflecting, ain't nobody deflecting, homie. There ain't no deflection in here. There ain't no deflecting. If Keefe D would have never went on no podcast and opened his mouth, the nigga wrote a book. He did podcasts. He talked to the cops. How can y'all niggas blame anybody else? I don't understand this. I don't understand people in the comments. I don't understand people on the internet. Because of Keefe D, Diddy gonna do the life in prison. I'm telling y'all this shit. All he had to do was not say nothing and walk away forever. That's it. They would have never brought this back up. He walk away forever. Y'all want to blame everybody else except for him. That's insane that we live in. And then how can anybody be calling anybody a rat? And they got all these niggas on paperwork, all these niggas on tape. This shit, I told y'all, this shit gonna get spilled out in front of the world, nigga. That's why I don't praise a lifestyle that allows our brothers and sisters to be killed, destroyed, poisoned. That's why you tell all these young kids that's growing up right now, you don't send them to hell in the jail. You tell them, hey, look, this is what you don't want to be right here. You know why? Because this is the end result. This is the end result. Bro, listen. And then on top of all this shit, and I told y'all this, on top of all this shit, what my nigga gonna do, bro? He gonna sit in court, bro, and ice grill niggas, bro. Don't you know the jury gonna look at that as intimidation? Then you on tape. Y'all in court and somebody said something about a rat. Oh my Jesus, bro. You can't make this shit up. Look at this shit, y'all. Look at this shit.
That was occurred in that Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Okay. One moment, please, Your Honor.
Of course.
Look at him. Look right here, y'all. Look right here. Look at him, y'all.
Your Honor, I have no further.
Look,
actually,
y'all.
I do. Sorry, let me back up. Nope, that's it.
That nigga mad than a mofo. Look at him, bro.
Any further questions, Mr. Poole?
Of course not.
See? Hey, now what he said right there, y'all? What he say? Hey, dog, he said something, y'all. Hold on. Hey, bro, time out. Y'all got to tell me what he said right there. That nigga said something. I can't tell what he said, bro. He said something to Keefe D, nigga. I'm still trying to figure out what he said. I couldn't read his lips, bro. That nigga said something to Keefe D, ice grilling that nigga. And he said something to Keefe D. I couldn't picture what he said. I'm still trying to figure out what that nigga said to Keefe D. Look at this right here, y'all. Listen very well.
That the fight at the Foot Locker was so bad that they had to remodel it after the thing had gone down at the Lakewood Mall. Fair?
Yeah, it's turned into the World Foot Locker.
Right. You described.
Look at Keefe. Look how Keefe looking at him.
That was occurred in that Foot Locker.
Yeah.
Okay. One moment, please, Your Honor.
Of course.
Look at him, y'all. Right here, y'all. Right here, y'all. Look. He said something to that nigga. Look.
Your Honor, I have no further.
Right here, y'all.
Actually, I do. Sorry, let me back up.
Somebody tell me what he said.
Nope, that's it. I have no further questions of this witness.
Any
Right now.
further questions, Mr. Poole?
Of course not.
Oh, he said, he said, nigga, he said, you can shaking your head at me, nigga. Bro, this shit is crazy. Bruh, dog. I be trying to tell y'all cats, man. Y'all niggas don't be want to listen. Somebody tell y'all some shit, bro. Bro, them niggas doing that shit in court, nigga. In court. In court. And they got this nigga today. And I told y'all this. This is to everybody who keep thinking y'all don't know the law in Las Vegas. The law in Las Vegas is fucked up. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Right? So basically, right? And I'm going to just tell y'all what it is. His testimony today, and I'm talking about this brother right here. His testimony, this is how he destroyed Keefe D. Bro. So today, his testimony, right, was on the mall fight. That was his purpose of being in there, to establish that there was a fight that led to the MGM situation, right? So all he was supposed to do was, right? And the first thing they did was, and I'm going to show y'all what they did. They made that nigga, he came in there and said, hey, man, you're a hostile witness, right? He tells the jury this because so the jury can know, hey, look, man, these cats, they street cats. They don't even want to really testify. We got to force them to come in here and say something. So what does that do, y'all? That makes the jury think, damn, I mean, they got to really be telling the truth. They was forced to come up in this joint to testify, and they didn't want to testify because they were facing prison time. Because if you're held in contempt of court, they can lock you up, right? Listen, and if you perjure yourself and you lie under oath, they can give you time for that too. So niggas ain't trying to go to prison, right? So, bro, that part right there, when he asked that nigga that first, that was to establish to the jury, yo, he don't want to, he did the same shit to Mob James. So the jury can see all these gang members, they don't want to be in here. We forced them, the niggas, to come in here and say something. That kills Keefe D. Then when the nigga said, hey, man, yo, get your lawyer, man. And this is on the record. See, this is why I'm trying to tell y'all something. I told y'all this yesterday. Keefe D's going to fucking prison. I'm going to tell you why. He's going to prison forever unless he roll on Diddy. He's going to prison because his lawyer did not object and have those comments thrown out. His lawyer, if y'all watch that right there, when Mob James was up there the other day, and Mob James said what he said, right? Oh man, yo, get your lawyer, man. Yo, I'm not trying to put this nigga in prison. Like, yo, they're gonna make me put you in prison, dog. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying. He's telling everybody I'm not trying to snitch. The lawyer was supposed to object to that and have that entire statement stricken from the record. The fact that he didn't do that and the jury seen that, Keefe D can't even go in an appeal and bring that up. Keefe D can only bring up in an appeal shit that his lawyer object to. He's toast, my nigga. So when he said that, that's all on the record. That's all on the record. I'm going to get to Diddy in just a second because the Diddy shit is even more diabolical. And I'm finna tell y'all why. They don't even need a paycheck to convict Diddy of murder for hire. Let me repeat myself again. I don't think people understand the law, my nigga. They don't need a paycheck to convict Diddy of a murder for hire. All they need is once they convict Keefe D and prove that there was a murder, and they have proved inside of this murder case that there was a link between a gang fashion and Bad Boy Records, an eyewitness is just as good as a check. And I'm finna tell y'all this right now. This is the reason why I told y'all niggas they're gonna find Keefe D guilty. They don't even need, all they need is circumstantial evidence, meaning what they're showing y'all right now in court to show that, hey man, there's at least enough here for y'all to believe that Tupac's murder was behind what happened at the MGM, and what happened at the MGM was behind what happened at Lakewood Mall. Mofos coming here talking shit and they don't even know the effing law. Let me break this down to y'all real quick before we get to y'all. So basically, Devontae went into court today and he broke down those events in Lakewood Mall, right? So what he did was he testified that during the encounter at that mall, a group of the Southside Crips, right, stole a Death Row member's chain, right? Death Row Records chain from one of the Mob Pirus, Trayvon Lane, right? Here's the bad part. And I don't know if Big Suge knew he said this, but here's the bad part. I think that Big Suge, I don't know if he knew he said this or not, but I believe they're probably going to use that against him. Big Suge said something in his interview, and I'm going to show y'all this right now. And people shouldn't be doing interviews during this trial because they can still use this in the trial. They can enter this in the evidence. Now, I'm finna show y'all this, what he said, right? He said a couple things. Here's the first thing that he said right here. We're going to get to this right now. The first thing that Big Suge said was this. He said it was more people involved in the murder. Keefe D. Listen to what he said.
Influence is immense. So knowing that and knowing that your son idolizes him, I would think that you're very interested in what happens.
Now, here's the reason why I'm saying this. Y'all got to understand one thing. Why is Keefe D in trial? Because of things he said in the public and interviews. So they're already showing y'all they can use this in court. What you say on the internet and in them public interviews, they're already showing you they can use this in court. So listen to what Suge said. He said two things. This is one of them right here.
In this trial.
Well, I'm interested in that it should really be a teaching moment. We've been through so much over the years, right? And not just, for his hip hop, for a black man, we go through a lot. And society goes through a lot, in society, period. And we can't learn from it and learn something about it and teach something, we're wasting our time. So I definitely always down for trying to make everybody get a better view of life.
What the prosecution is saying is the best witness for them is Keefe D, because he essentially confessed that he wrote a book. He's talked about this on podcasts. He's now kind of moonwalking back here and saying, well, I had a ghostwriter in the book. What do you make of that?
He's full of shit. I look at it like this. It's not about picking on Keefy D, but at the same time, most of his situations, I know he did it to himself. I knew his lawyer. His lawyer was a friend of mine, and I knew about him having immunity and doing that deal a long time ago. But the crazy thing about it, for 30 years or so or more, it cost me my freedom. It cost me money. It cost me business deals. I paid a lot for the fact that from day one, even though I got a bullet an inch into my skull, they always says I'm the one who had Tupac killed.
Now, why he say that? He said that because it was revealed in the paperwork. Nobody knew this shit. That was crazy. It was revealed in the paperwork that in that proffer, Keefy D had also told other officers that he believed that Suge Knight was responsible as well. He heard that Suge Knight and them had a dealing in in Tupac's death. Remember when we were all growing up, y'all, there was that crazy rumor that was out there that Suge had something to do with Tupac's death. And people were running with that shit like, yeah, man, I think Suge did it, man. I think Suge. Bro, people was running with that shit. But only people who had logical sense would say, bro, what nigga y'all know 300 and something pounds gonna sit in the passenger side and say, yo, put 10 holes in his car, but miss me? Only a fool would sit beside a man and you say, hey, yo, shoot him, but I'm 300 something pounds, don't hit me. But people was running with that narrative. Nobody knew that Keefy D in the paperwork said, shout out to my girl Kadisha Lynn in the building too, said that he heard or he believed that Suge and them boys had something. Suge heard this a long time ago. He heard that a long time ago. The world didn't know this until right now. Listen what else Suge say though.
It's far from the truth. Every person who participated in that, they never brung up. There's a lot of people who participated and a lot of people who they don't talk about. And I'm not here to say they should get punished because I don't believe in that. I don't believe in the revenge. I believe that my kindness comes from God. My strength comes from God. So I'm not on that page and saying they need to get punished, but it's sort of sad that every person has all dropped everything on Keefy D. When you look at it, he got immunity. So they can never charge him again. But then he was in bed and dealing with a guy that
now, when he talking about other people, Suge ain't never gonna say them names like that in no court of law. That's why he's a hostile witness and don't want to testify now. He don't want to say those names in no court of law. But Suge said something else today. And what he said today, I believe Suge probably would not have wanted to say that. I don't think Suge thought about this. And he said something. Now, it's going to go back. I'm about to show you right now, it's going to go back to him and something he said today in court, which is damning information. But to get to him, Mob James went up there and Mob James said, hey, man, we was the unofficial security. We was the ones that was working for Suge that's going to get you up out of there. Well, Suge was smart. Suge said, nah, I don't know nothing about that dude. I ain't. Because Suge doesn't want them to be able to link. See, this is the thing. A RICO, they can pin that shit up on you for years. So Suge saying, man, hey, I don't know that nigga like that, man. I ain't got nothing to do with that nigga. Because Suge knows that they weren't only trying to build a RICO on Diddy. They were trying to build a RICO on Suge Knight too. And in order to do that, you would have to be able to link gang activity and other crimes to that record label. And racketeering, they can go back for however many years. All they need is 2 predicate acts in a 10-year span. Shit, that's easy to find with all the shit that was popping off back in the day. That RICO shit different. That's why people don't understand this. But Suge said something. And listen to what Suge said. And I'm going to tell you what happened today. I told you I don't miss nothing on this channel. Listen to this right here.
You and I had a talk last night, and you were kind of grousing about people who were testifying that aren't telling the real story. Would you explain to our viewers, please?
Oh, first of all, my opinion, Tupac was the most incredible person you can have as a friend, as a brother, and still today, his morals. Number one, all these guys perjuring themselves on the oath. Number one, James never worked for me, never was head of security for me, and I can see he's a little bitter because Tupac put him on his pockets before. But the most important thing to this is that they're not coming in to get the truth.
Now listen, he said, "Hey man, Mob James, he ain't never worked for me. That nigga won't see. Suge was smart. Suge said, I ain't going up there. Y'all ain't finna put me in no mix. Get me in a fucking up, tied up in some. Now listen to this. But the thing they asked him, Suge said something. And I'm pretty sure Big Suge would have wanted to take this back because something happened today that's gonna bury Keefe D, and I'm gonna show y'all why. Listen to this.
Everybody knows he's an FBI informant. Everybody knows he's a rat. So why we gotta act like he's gonna tell the truth? Don't Keefe D and James.
So hold on. I just want, you're saying that James McDonald, the guy who testified,
Mob James
said that he worked for Death Row Records, talked about what he saw that night. You're saying he did not work for you at all?
No. Now he might have been at the club hanging out trying to hustle people and not putting the guy down or nothing like that, but he's an informant. He didn't work for me. If he would worked for me, he would have had a death row chain.
Now, Suge said if he would have worked for me, he would have had a death row chain. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to him. Today in court, he confirmed something. He confirmed and he stated that there was a beef. And he said that the Mob Pirus were on one side and that the Compton Crips were on it. Southside Compton Crips on another side. And he said that there was a chain on this guy, a death row chain. And they snatched that chain. Suge saying in that interview, well, hey, man, if he ain't had no chain, he won't with me. Well, this guy went in court today and said that the guy that they beat up in Lakewood Mall had a chain, a death row chain. And they took that shit. He testified on your screen that during that encounter, right, with them Southside Compton Crips, right, that gang that's associated with, he said, with Keefe D and Orlando Anderson. He said they stole that Death Row Records chain from Trayvon Lane, who he said was a member of the Mob Piru Bloods. And this is the theft that they're alleging that specifically triggered that whole rivalry that got out of control. And that connected the whole situation to the MGM Grand. That whole brawl that happened, that's on tape that they showed y'all. When Trayvon Lane spotted Orlando Anderson at the MGM Grand. In Las Vegas after the Tyson fight. He pointed him out to Tupac. They went up, jumped on him. Tupac gets shot. And what his testimony did in the day in court, it proves a premeditated gang war motive, something that Keefe D had been trying to duck. And that right there, and let me tell y'all about this guy, because this is the worst, and I'm telling y'all this right now. They don't need a check. The same way they don't need a gun. They don't need DNA. They don't even need a car to convict Keefe D. All they need to do is convince the jurors that there was a gang war with the Crips and the Bloods, that they were linked to Bad Boy and the Death Row, and that Tupac Shakur was killed because of the retaliation of that war, and that the shot caller for the Southside Compton Crips was Keefe D. Keefe D, for you guys who don't know, he's been charged in this case with 1 count of murder with the use of a deadly weapon with the intent to promote, further, or assist a criminal gang. And because Keefe D is being charged under Nevada's complicity laws for allegedly masterminding the crime rather than him pulling the trigger at all, that single count can get him life in prison without the possibility of parole. So basically, for first-degree murder in Nevada, he could be sentenced to life without parole. Right? The prosecutors, they specifically added on gang activity as a gang enhancement penalty on his charge. A weapon enhancement penalty. But they're not seeking a death penalty for him in this case. Again, they don't need the Cadillac. They don't need DNA. They don't need fingerprints from Keefe D. All they need is Keefe D's own confessions in his book. And on that recorded jail call, and on the recorded proffer agreement where he sat down for 5 hours. All they need is circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence is just evidence that just says, hey, man, this more than likely was a beef that got Tupac killed over gang rivalry. And then all they need is witness testimonies to confirm that there were gangs and those gangs were linked to these record labels. That's all they need to convict Keefe D. And I don't think people understand that. Right? So somebody in the comment section says you can say somebody did something without proof and lock it up. That's not what you're thinking. Keefe D confessed. Let me give you an example, right? Not only did Keefe D confess in a book, before there was even about money, Keefe D confessed in a sworn proffer. Keefe D told him, they gave me a script to read. Who the fuck gives Keefe D a 5-hour script with exact details, piece by piece? Keefe D said he read a script right before he went in there. Then it wasn't like the nigga was in there for 30 minutes. The nigga sat in there for 5 hours and gave him full details, piece by piece, that they had already confirmed most of the shit. So the fact that he gave the cops shit that they had already confirmed, that burnt him. Keefe D even said this in his interviews. He was like, dude, I saved my people, man. I was Moses to my people. Y'all don't understand, man. I ain't had no choice. When I went in there, dude, they had all this shit on the board already. It'll fucking scare any real nigga, man. They had everybody in the car, all that shit. He never thought he was going to get charged. So he wrote a book. Went and did all these podcasts and interviews, admitting, giving specific certain details. And guess what? People say, oh, well, that part was a lie. Guess what? All they're going to say is, hey, man, y'all know what niggas in the hood do. Niggas put D's on their story. So they're going to say, hey, the basis of what he said is true, but that nigga just put D's on that shit. That's all. That's it. Right? To the brother who says self-snitching, that doesn't work with him putting Diddy's name in it. It does work. Because you have a cop that already says that they were investigating Diddy for a RICO yesterday. You had a cop that was from the LA Police Department that said that they were already investigating Diddy. They were trying to get Diddy on a RICO already. They were looking in the wrong place. This time, they looking in the right place. See, once again, and I'm going to show you. If you listen, I'm going to show you. Right? With Diddy's case, they don't even need a paycheck. Let me repeat this again. To convict Diddy on a federal murder for hire, they don't even need a paycheck. They've been trying to find a check. They don't even need that. You know all they need? Eyewitness testimony. Because Kirk Burroughs was the former president and COO, chief operating officer of Bad Boy Records, which means he ran the books. He controlled the books, the money. And because Kirk Burroughs did one thing from the first day that he started working with Diddy, Kirk Burroughs, from day one, he secretly kept meticulous notes on every single day and every single transaction. He kept 30 boxes of meticulous notes. And if you watch 50 Cent's documentary, if you look it up, the producers of that documentary, they went through thousands of pages of Kirk Burroughs' notes. Kirk Burroughs never erased any of those notes. And because Kirk Burroughs never erased any of those notes, all Kirk Burroughs has to do is to walk right into court and say, I authorized and witnessed a payment for $1 million for the murder of Tupac Shakur and Suge Knight. And by him being the president of Bad Boy Records and the COO and having meticulous notes from every single day, that's enough to convict Diddy on a murder for hire. Learn the law. They don't even need a check. They don't even need financial records. All they need in a court of law, as good as a check, is a reasonable, responsible eyewitness. Kirk Burroughs not only accused Diddy of orchestrating the murder of Tupac Shakur and attempted murder of Suge Knight, he accused Diddy of being responsible for the death of Notorious B.I.G. You don't have to believe me. Maybe the girl Kadisha Lynn will do another video about this. I'm pretty sure she still got that paperwork somewhere where you could read the paperwork yourself where he outlined the entire thing. And there's civil legal paperwork. He outlined it all. For a RICO, all they need is 2 predicate acts in a 10-year span. That's it. They can use the murder for hire, and they can use the beating, where he said that he was assaulted with a baseball bat and forced to give up his share of Bad Boy Records. That all happened in a 10-year span. Also, they've already successfully, in this case, linked the Southside Compton Crips to Bad Boy Records. That's what gets you to RICO, ladies and gentlemen. And a RICO expands for a long time. But today, I'm going to show y'all something. When this man right here said what he said, he helped link these groups together. Now listen to this. Listen very closely. I want you to listen very closely. Look at Keefe D. Now I want you to see Keefe D's face when he walks in that courtroom. Keefe D was smiling. He was chilling. Keefe D felt good. As soon as Keefe D saw this guy walk in the courtroom, Keefe D's whole demeanor changed. Watch Keefe D. Chilling. Chilling. Drinking coffee. Relaxing. They all waiting to see who's going to come in there next. Right? Watch this right here. Keefe D's looking around, seeing everybody that's in the room. Look now. The judge, they all just wait. They're waiting. Now, once again, look at Keefe when he came in the courtroom. Watch him when he came in the courtroom. Remember now, he felt good. He said, "Yeah, man, you know, we gonna get this." Look at Keefe smiling. That nigga was like, "Yeah, man, what's up, dog? Yeah, man, we gonna, yeah. What up, dog? Yeah." See how nigga smiling? That nigga Keefe. That nigga was smiling. That nigga didn't know what was gonna hit him. 5 minutes, he didn't know what was gonna hit him. Smiling. Sit down. Let me get some coffee, nigga. Drink some coffee. I'm feeling good today. Look at him, y'all. Get this coffee in me. When he seen that Southside Compton Crip walk up in there, look at this nigga face. That nigga whole demeanor changed. Now let's get to that part. Look at him now. Right now. We got this nigga in here. Now watch. His lawyer just told him that they bringing this dude in here right now. Now watch Keefe D's face. Watch Keefe D's face when they call that nigga in the court. Watch Keefe D's face. Watch his face.
All right. The party stipulates the presence of the jury.
Yes, sir.
You may be seated.
Watch. Now watch Keefe D right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still on the state's case in chief. State, who's the next witness you will be calling at this time?
Denvante Lee.
Look at him.
Denvante.
Look now, y'all. They open the door. Now he's walking in the door. You hear the door open. Now watch Keefe D when he see this nigga. Game over.
You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in
Game
this session
over.
shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
You may be seated.
Boy, you can cut that tension with a knife.
May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Devontae Lee, spelled Denvonta, last name Lee, Lee.
Thanks, Mr. Lee, for being here. Mr. Paul, whenever you're ready, you may proceed.
Thank you. Sir, you did not volunteer to be here. Is that fair?
No, I didn't.
Now, why is he asking him that? He says, "Sir, you didn't volunteer to be here." He's showing the jury, "Hey, man, these guys don't want to testify. These are gang members, man. The only reason why they're testifying is because they know if we don't, we're going to lock their ass up." So he's a hostile witness. He want to stick to the street code. He don't want to be in here on TV in front of all these people. But he got to come in here and tell the truth, because if he don't come in and tell the truth, we're going to lock his ass up. That's why he asked him that in front of the whole jury. Now listen very closely.
Didn't.
In fact, you're under a court order to be here
Yes.
through a subpoena.
Yes.
In fact, you have expressed many times the fact that you do not want to participate in this.
Yeah.
But understanding that you're a court order, you don't have a choice whether or not to sit in that chair. Is that fair?
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, that's fair.
I want to ask you a little bit about the mid 1990s. Where were you living?
At the time, I think
Now, here's the thing. Keefe, and I'm going to say this, he didn't know whether these guys are going to show up or not. Because some of these guys saying, "Man, fuck it, just lock me up." When that guy showed up, that's why Keefe's face changed. Because they're not going to tell you until the last second when that motherfucker walk in. Yo, this guy's showing up. That nigga Keefe was fucked up, bro. This testimony right here, this fucked him up bad.
Did you ever start spending time in Compton?
Yes.
And what was who were you spending time with?
My homeboys and people around, friends.
At some point, were you spending time with a person?
Look at
you knew as
Keefe.
Big Dre?
Yes.
Would you describe him as a friend?
Yeah.
And then later on, did you start spending time with a person by the name of Orlando Anderson?
Yes, I did.
Would you consider him a friend?
Yes.
As a result of your relationship with Orlando Anderson, did you start coming into contact with the Southside Compton Crips?
Oh, yes, I did.
Can you tell us how that happened?
We used to go over there and, hang out. And we wasn't from over there at that time, but we knew a couple of people. So, we go over there, hang out or whatnot, chill.
And then is it fair to say at some point that you were given a option of joining Southside Crips or facing a different kind of repercussion?
Yeah, I would say it was an option, like, either or, basically.
And can you tell us what the either or was?
Well, at the time, it was either, we're going to join or you just can't come around no more.
And did you ultimately join?
Yeah, I did.
And how does that work? How did you join?
Well, you get put on, meaning, have a fight or whatever,
Now,
things of that nature.
Is it always this fight? Is it always a one-on-one, or sometimes is it multiple people on one?
Sometimes it's not one-on-one. If you get lucky, you might get a fair one like that. But other than that, sometimes it's not one-on-one.
And when you say a fair one, you mean a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Look how Keefe looking at that nigga.
When you
Keefe hate that.
Did you
nigga.
get a fair one, or did you have to get jumped in by multiple people?
Oh, I had a fair one. Yeah, it was not multiple people.
And how'd that happen? How'd that come about? You getting a fair one?
I don't understand the question.
Well, did Mr. Anderson assist you in joining the Southside Crips?
Oh, honestly, he didn't assist us on joining nothing. He just was there to make sure, because we was, we're friends of his, to make sure basically that we had a fair, shake,
Yeah, so he assists you.
A fair chance, won't get dogged out, or not unless you got dogged out by that one, whoever he was.
Bro, this shit is crazy. He basically answered the question. He said, yo, because dude was there, they ain't really do me how they could have did me. Yo, that nigga Keefe ready to cry, bro. But see, this is what happens. Keefe went on all them podcasts. See, y'all can't, let me tell y'all something, bro. Let me tell y'all something, man. This is why I tell all these kids to go up and go to school yo, stay out the streets, bro. Stay out the streets, man. I'm telling you something, man. You ain't doing no more going to hell or going to jail. Which one you want? You're going to end up like this. It is no contingency. It is no win in this situation. It ain't none. When you see this, bro, this dude is a broken. He knows this. Yo, let's keep going, man. Because y'all ain't gonna understand the shit I'm saying to people, man. They're not finna understand this, bro. A lot of people going to prison. If Keefe D would have never said nothing, we wouldn't even be here. But because Keefe D was doing all that talking, now everybody who was snitching in private, and people might have had questions like, yeah, I heard a rumor. That shit getting confirmed now, nigga. That shit getting confirmed in front of the world, nigga. Y'all think that Bumpy Johnson, all that shit is real, nigga? Bro.
He was fighting. So yeah, he was there to make sure that everything went pretty much as smooth as it can go.
And so Orlando Anderson was basically looking out for you.
Yeah, he was looking out for all those.
Now, are you familiar with a person that went by the moniker Keefe D?
Yes.
Game over. Now he don't already look at this. He said, "Oh yeah, yeah." Yeah, yeah. Now, hey, y'all. Hey. Yeah, I know Keefe. Where he at? Oh, he right there. That's the nigga. That nigga right there with the big head. Dome Malone. That nigga right there. That nigga right there. Sitting right there at the table. Yeah. That nigga right there. Looking like sitting beside a nigga looking like a 60-year-old Shawn Michaels. Right there. Right there in the shirt and tie. Right there, drinking that coffee right there. Yeah, the dude with two big teeth in his, yeah, that dude right there. Watch y'all.
Side Crips in the mid-90s.
He was a hustler. He was known for hustling. That's what he was known. What I knew from him is he was a hustler. Grew up around there.
You can't even look at Keith.
That's basically what he was. Yeah.
And when you say he was a hustler, for those of us who
Look
don't
at Keith.
understand what that means, what does that mean? Is he getting money? Is he doing other things?
He's getting money. Yeah, he's getting money. That's what it is.
And how is he getting
on
money?
a higher level?
On a higher level. So he's not just getting. There are some people
on
who
a higher level
hustling and get money on maybe a lower level, and then there are people who are making bigger money.
Yeah, of course, you can say that's safe to say. He's on a bigger level.
He was on a bigger level. And when we're talking about getting money, are we talking about through working a 9 to 5, or are we talking about narcotics?
It was narcotics.
All right, and then when you got initiated into the Southside Crips through a fair one. After that, would you hang around the Southside area a lot?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
And is it sometimes referred to as the neighborhood?
You said it was
the neighborhood is like
I mean that's where we're from. That's that's where we're going to be.
Okay. And you had said we talked about Orlando Anderson. Did he have any relation to the Keefe D?
Did Orlando?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was his nephew.
Okay. Orlando was Keefe's nephew. Okay.
Yeah.
And being a Davis or being part of that family in Southside, was that a big deal?
I wouldn't say it was a big deal. I mean, because there's a lot of families in our neighborhood, but they were pretty, prominent family,
And then,
that nigga shaking.
Did the day you got initiated? Did DeAndre also get initiated?
Yes.
Damn, he don't link the two together. He said the day you got initiated, DeAndre got initiated too. Y'all see how they putting all the pieces together? This is why I try and tell y'all this, bro. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all this. They're putting all the pieces together. So he don't put this nigga with Orlando with DeAndre. So he's with Keefe. He don't link all those together right there. This is shit people not understanding what they're doing. Quiet though in the courtroom. This is what they doing. They putting Keefe D in a box. So he can't say, yo, I lied. Because they gonna say, hey man, what all these people right here said, y'all niggas was together, y'all was a gang. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all this. That when I'm trying to tell y'all, they finna cook Keefe D. Man, they finna cook that nigga, shorty.
And are you familiar with somebody by the name of Terrence Brown?
Yes.
Was he older than you, or was he your age?
Yeah, he was older than me.
So,
yeah, he was older than me.
So I assume he was in before you were in.
Oh yeah, way longer. Yeah, before. Yeah.
He's more of a contempt. You were kind of in the group that Big Dre, Orlando, that age group.
That was that. Yeah, that's that era. Yeah, that was.
Look how Keefe looking at it. Keefe mad at the motherfucker.
I'd say.
Why that nigga Keefe mad at the motherfucker?
An older group along with Mr. Davis.
Yes.
Keefe looking at the man and looking at him.
During that time, did the South Side have any rival gangs in Compton?
We had a lot of rival gangs in Compton.
Yeah.
There's a lot,
Understood. Was Mob Piru one of those rival gangs?
Yes.
Game over. So now, this is what they've done. I try to tell y'all this shit. So now they've linked Keefe, Orlando, DeAndre, all them niggas he linked together. He talked about how he got put on, how they got put on the same day, how Keefe was the big figure, how he was a shot caller. Hey, I'm trying to tell y'all this shit. Keefe D been trying. His defense is saying, yo, I was out of the game. I wasn't even doing no gang banging past 96, past the 90s. I stopped that in 89. Bro, they got niggas under oath saying that was in the same game that nigga was banging in the mid-90s. This is the shit y'all not seeing. They're slow walking this nigga. And this is why I'm telling y'all this in court. You guys have to watch all of these different aspects. They slow walking this nigga Keefe D, and he know it. It don't matter what his lawyer say. His lawyer gonna run out of questions. He can't ask too many questions because them niggas start to get to talking even more. It's gonna fuck him up more like they did with Bob James. Right? So now he's getting into the rivalry. Now watch what he do next. What is the next thing he got to do? He got to link the gangs to the record labels. The same way that Mob James did. Now let's get to it.
And Ludus Park Piru also?
Yes.
In the mid-90s specifically, like 1995, 1996, was there a war going on between Southside and Mob Piru?
Yes.
I'm going to focus your attention to around 1995. In 1995, were you aware whether or not Mob Piru was associating with a music label?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
And what music label was that?
Death Row Records.
There you go right there. There you go right there. You got gang members in court saying this shit. You got gang members in court saying this. It's over, nigga. Hey, anybody that ain't got a brain, you don't see what's about to happen, nigga. If you don't got it, it took 30 years. 30 years. 30 years to get to this day. 30 years. And you still have some people out here breathing. I'm trying to tell y'all this shit, man. So now he don't already link Mob Piru's to Death Row. Now watch what he do next. He gonna link Compton Crips to Diddy. And this is how they're setting Diddy up. Because once Keefe D get found guilty, they would have already had all this testimony in court. And Keefe D would have been found guilty. All they're gonna use his testimony that was in a court of law. Not this ain't no podcast no more. This is a court of law that's found guilty. And they're gonna use that to pack Diddy up on a RICO murder for hire. And they're gonna do gang enhancements and all that shit in the RICO. Watch what I tell y'all this. Because they already have multiple people on the record, gang members and cops, who link these guys to those platforms. I'm gonna say it again. And this is why, if you don't know what you're talking about, you better know what you're talking about. If Keefe D doesn't say nothing, we're not here. Everybody want to blame everybody else. Keefe D is the only person you can blame. If that nigga didn't say nothing, we not here today. The fact that he said something, he put himself in a do-lo twist, my nigga. Period.
And were you familiar with somebody by the name of, or went by the name of Suge Knight?
Yes.
And would you say that he associated with Mob Piru?
Yes.
There you go right there. 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 I damn near broke my computer. There you go right there. There. So now he don't name Suge Knight and associate him with the Mob Piru. Now listen, you ain't got to trust none of these people. These people in court saying this under oath. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all this shit, bro. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all can blame this on anybody else. This is all Keefe D fault. Because if Keefe D didn't say nothing, we ain't here. I repeat myself again. If Keefe D didn't say a word, we not here. Y'all, everybody in the comment section, y'all want to blame everybody else except for Keefe D. Keefe D is the only reason why we here. If Keefe D didn't say a word, ain't none of us here. None of us here. Ain't gonna be no hung jury. This is guilty as charged. This is gonna be guilty. All the way across the board. Nigga, you got gang members in court testifying, nigga. All they have to do, once again, people don't understand. Circumstantial evidence. Witness testimony that linked the groups to gang activity and then showing the series of events that led up to Tupac's death. Guilty. This is what people don't understand. Y'all keep thinking it's got to be a gun. Ain't got to be no gun. They don't, in the state of Nevada, look at the laws. They don't need a gun. They don't need DNA. They don't need fingerprints. And they don't need a car. All they need is Keefe D's admission, circumstantial evidence, and witness testimony to events that led up to Tupac's death. That's all they need. If mofos understood the court of law, once they tell that to the jury, that nigga's guilty. Now, if you told the jury, hey, man, y'all got to have a gun, you got to have DNA, oh, he's innocent. The fact that they ain't got to have none of that, nigga, Weezy out of here, nigga.
Somebody by the name of Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
Yep.
And,
you know, too.
would he also associate with Suge Knight, Death Row, and Mal Pyru?
Yes.
Yep. See?
Now, with regards to Southside, were you guys hanging out with another record label?
Look at him.
We have hung out.
Now look at him. He's thinking.
Yeah. And what record label was that?
It was Bad Boy.
Game over. Game over. And y'all, them niggas come in the comment section asking me, hey man, Ticket, how they gonna get Diddy on a murder for hire? Nigga, bro, y'all not just hear what I just told y'all, nigga? They finna hit that nigga with gang enhancements, all this shit, nigga. I've been trying to tell y'all niggas this, bro. Any man would know. They listen, Keefe D, he ain't all Keefe D did was bake the cake for them niggas. That's all he did. Once they jam up Keefe D, they gonna roll him and go get Diddy. They gonna pack Diddy ass up, nigga. They don't got multiple gang members admitting under oath in a court of law, nigga, under the penalty of perjury, and they don't even want to be there. Game over. You don't even, so the person says zip, you don't even need zip. They don't even need zip. All these years, y'all thought they needed zip to get Diddy on a murder fight. They don't need zip. There's one guy that's alive that they need. One guy. That guy right there on the left-hand side of your screen. That's the only guy they need. You know why? Once again, he was this is why you always treat people right. Because you never know when the hand of God is going to lay it on you. When it come back on you, you always treat people right because you never know when that word karma is going to come back around and hit you in your face. There was one man who took meticulous notes every single day from day one of Bad Boy. His name was Kirk Burroughs. And when Kirk Burroughs go up there, Kirk Burroughs is going to tell the whole, that nigga is going to be up there like everybody from Boys to Men, nigga. To the end of the road, nigga. And all he got to do is, because once again, eyewitness testimony is just as good as a check. All Kirk Burroughs got to do is go up there and confirm what the gang members said. Hey, yeah, man, we was a gang. We did hire gang members. We ordered and arranged for gang members to go out here. And I did witness this check for $1 million. That's all he got to do. You don't even need to. Listen, an eyewitness. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know how many people get convicted every day for murder off an eyewitness? No videotape, no DNA, no none of this. Eyewitness. You got a good eyewitness, man. You can convict about people off murder every day in some of these states. Eyewitness. You're like, hold on, man. You ain't got no murder weapon. No. I got an eyewitness. Period. And because this nigga was so meticulous, bro, this man took notes every day for 30. Diddy wasn't paying attention. This nigga took notes every day since day one. He took notes of every transaction. He still got 30 boxes of notes. Imagine what's going to happen when they put that in evidence in the court. Imagine what's going to happen to the person who said no real evidence. No, they got evidence. His notes are evidence. This is the part y'all don't understand. Kirk Burroughs' notes are evidence. His journals every single day. Him writing the logs, that's evidence. That nigga got 30 boxes. If y'all watched the 50 Cent documentary, the producers came out and said, yo, we saw thousands of those pages. That nigga got all that shit. He kept it all those years. I'm talking about, nigga had details, nigga. Details. He had all kind of shit written down. From the Tupac to the Biggie shit. How y'all think they gonna link Tupac and Biggie? Kirk Burroughs. They gonna bring the cops in. Suge ain't gotta say nothing. They don't even need Suge Knight. They're gonna bring the cops in, And the cops gonna say what they say, and they're gonna bring Kirk Burrows in. Kirk Burrows was an insider and bad boy. He gonna confirm what the cops say. Game, set, match. Game, set, match. That's it. That's all. When that nigga right there going to court, I guarantee you, he is the most important witness they got. He was the CEO or COO and president of Bad Boy Records. And to the nigga who says he a witness, he a star witness, nigga. He a star witness. Because guess why? The money man is always a star witness. To the nigga who say he not getting locked up, nigga, you got a better chance of getting pregnant than him not getting locked up, boy. His ass is gone. And I'm going to tell you something. When Kirk Burrows go in that courtroom with that information he got, and how do I know Kirk Burrows has his information? Because I've been in the paperwork. I told you guys this. I've been in the paperwork. I can show you the paperwork, bro. I've been in the I've seen his paperwork. I seen Kirk Burrows' paperwork. If you didn't see Kirk Burrows' paperwork says it all. His paperwork says it all. His paperwork says it all. Right? It says it all. In his paperwork, he accuses Diddy and lines up Diddy for orchestrating the murder on Tupac, attempted murder on Suge, and being responsible for the murder of the Notorious B.I.G. I told y'all niggas this. I showed y'all the paperwork on this channel. That nigga, he had the notes. I already showed y'all pictures of the notes. I already showed y'all pictures of the notes that he had. I'm talking about this nigga had the notes from 1998, my nigga. He had the notes written down on the flight for Biggie's mom to go to LA. That's how detailed the notes that nigga was taking. He literally had this shit written down and he showed it. From that day, the same flight Biggie's mom took to go to LA after Biggie was killed. All of this shit. He had everybody else's itineraries. He talked about how Diddy escaped LA. All that. That's why I be telling y'all be listening to people on the internet. I be reading that paperwork, nigga. That paperwork is crazy. So if you're watching this video, right, and you ain't never seen Kirk Burrows' paperwork, right? You might want to go look at that. Right? Because it tells everything. It tells everything. Matter of fact, let me see if I got it right here. I think I got it. Hold on. Do I got it? No, this ain't it. Hold on. I think I got it. Let me see if this is it. Hold on, y'all. I think I got it. I'm not sure. I gotta see if this is it. No, hold on. I got it. I'm finna show y'all something. I want to pull up the actual paperwork. The actual paperwork for y'all. I want to pull that shit up. So all y'all who didn't see it, I'm just saying, man. Y'all need to read that shit, bro. It would change your mind. It would change your mind about everything, bro. That lawsuit he did, it will change your mind about everything. In fact, I gotta see if I can actually get it up here for y'all because it's in the records. I'm just trying to figure out which one it was. I got this right here, but I gotta get the other one for y'all. I'm gonna show this right here to y'all right now. Just so niggas don't think I'm capping. Just so y'all don't think I'm capping. Y'all see that? I got to get the official one. Hold on, let me take this down. I got to get the official one for y'all. Just so y'all niggas don't think I'm capping, nigga. Y'all see that right there? Right? Let me see if I can find this over here. Because I want to get the official one to y'all. Where it's all printed out. That's the one I want to get to y'all. All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get that one to y'all. Because y'all got to read that shit, bro. When you see that, when you see the official one, shit gonna blow your socks off, man. It's gonna blow your socks off, bro. You're gonna be like, man, what the and that shit was all up there. It was all up there, man. And he had all those allegations in there. Right in there. And I was appalled to see that he had put all those things in that suit. I was appalled to see he did that. Very shocked. Let me show y'all. Hold on. I don't know why this thing don't want to come up. Oh, there it go, right there. I'm finna show y'all. Y'all can check it out yourselves. I got to go back and get the actual lawsuit because in the lawsuit, it actually was the papers was there. The papers was there, right? In his actual full lawsuit. I'm gonna get it for y'all. I'm gonna show it to y'all. I'm gonna get it for y'all. And while I'm trying to find it, let's go back to what this dude said right here.
And Bad Boy, is that the record label that was being run by Sean Puffy Combs?
Correct.
And when you say you would associate with them, what would you go to concerts? Would you just hang out? What would be the nature of the connection that you saw between Southside and Bad Boy?
I mean, we went to a couple of like concerts. I've seen them before. That concerts or they came to our neighborhood before. And that's it.
And when you would go to concerts, who would organize you going to that concert? How would you know to go to the concert?
Well, we just basically all do because they say we got tickets or da-da-da-da. And we all, they'd be like, okay, we're going to go to the concert. You get your ticket and you go.
Would you, was your understanding part of it was to ensure that Bad Boy was not bothered by other gangs?
That was the basis of it, I believe. I would say that.
And was there a particular gang that people in Bad Boy were worried about?
Yeah, they was worried about Death Row.
I want to take your attention to the summer of 1996, in particular the Lakewood Mall. Are you aware of an incident that took place at the Lakewood Mall in the summer of 1996?
Yes, I am.
How are you familiar with that event?
Because I was there.
And that summer of Lakewood Mall, what happened? What were you doing at Lakewood Mall?
One of our friends, he was going off to college, and he had went up there to grab some things to get prepared for college. So we went along with him. And,
do you know where the money came from for this person who's going to college to get these things?
yeah, Keefe was helping, try to get he needed, a lot of, I don't know what college kids need really, but, need a little TV probably, a little,
Now, stop that right there. I got the paperwork. I got it. I got the paperwork. I got the paperwork. Yo, y'all let me know if y'all can see that on y'all screen. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that? Everybody on the screen, can y'all see that? I got the paperwork on y'all screen. Can y'all see that? Yo, if y'all can't see that, let me know. Oops, my bad. Hold on. Shit, what am I doing? Yo, can y'all see that? Yo, y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all can see that, right? Y'all can read that, right? That's the paperwork right there, my nigga. Kirk Burrows. Y'all see that right there? Versus Sean Combs. Let's get down to the part. If y'all want to know what that nigga gonna say in court, I'm finna show you what that nigga gonna say right now. What he gonna say in court? This shit bad, man. That nigga got pictures in here, everything, bro. I'm gonna get right to this part. He said a lot. Let me show y'all this part right here. Kirk Burrows gonna tell her, bro, that nigga got a whole lot, bro. Right? Let me show y'all this. Right here. Sean Combs and Miguel. Now, if you want to talk about this in court, this is coming up in court. Listen to this, y'all. This nigga finna tell everything. At the time, Miguel was a rising star in the fashion industry, fielding opportunities from many celebrities and major fashion houses. 3 years prior to Miguel's disappearance, upon information and belief, Combs orchestrated an assault against the members of the R&B group Jodeci. Combs hates rejection. After the success of Jodeci's first album, on which Combs remixed Come Talk to Me and Forever My Lady, the group decided that they did not want to be, or Combs to be, their artist and development representative for their second album. Now remember this, y'all. This was big because, remember, when you give it to me, let me see you toss it up. Remember that? Y'all remember that? Remember that? Girl, with your phone number, I get around. Remember that? Toss it up. Remember the Toss It Up track? Who was on that, y'all? Let's keep going. Shortly after the release of the first single, Cry to You, from their second album, the members of Jodeci found themselves tied up and abused in their New Jersey homes. Upon information and belief, Combs sent enforcers to brutalize Jodeci due to their decision to manage their A&R. Shortly thereafter, being assaulted, Jodeci sought refuge with Suge Knight to organize their business and rescue them from Uptown Records, Bad Boy Entertainment, and Combs. Suge Knight traveled to New York, walked into Andre Harrell's office, and compelled him to release Jodeci while running for his life. Andre complied. Now, Let's move on to this. And this is what is going to get Diddy out of here now. Sean Combs' role in the escalating East Coast, West Coast rivalry in connection to Tupac Shakur's shooting. Based on information and belief, defendant Combs harbored deep jealousy and resentment towards Tupac Shakur. Due to Shakur's rapid rise in the music industry, charismatic persona, and widespread influence, Combs envied Shakur's talent, natural ability to captivate audiences, and respect he commanded from both the East and West Coast artists. Shakur's natural swagger and smooth ways with ladies had Sean Combs dying of envy. What is Kirk Burroughs going to do? He's going to give you a motive. He's going to link all the pieces. A rare photo of Mr. Shakur and defendant Combs. Shakur's association with Bad Boy Records, former affiliates, and industry executives made Combs feel insecure about his own stature in the hip-hop world. Upon information and belief, Combs became increasingly obsessed with Shakur's growing popularity, perceiving him as a direct threat to his dominance in music business. Combs used his influence to orchestrate smear campaigns against Shakur, fueling the East Coast, West Coast rivalry to undermine Tupac Shakur's credibility in his career. The plaintiff witness, see, this is the part y'all got to understand. This is Kirk Burroughs, the president of Bad Boy Records, former COO. It's over with, nigga. Read 81. He's saying he witnessed 81. He witnessed instances in which Diddy, Combs, expressed paranoia and frustration over Tupac Shakur's success, indicating a deep-seated need to diminish his rival's influence. Number 82. Combs allegedly made statements to insiders suggesting that Tupac's presence in the industry threatened his legacy, leading him to take increasingly aggressive measures to overshadow and eliminate competition. Upon information and belief, Sean Combs' unchecked jealousy contributed to reckless decisions and actions that escalated tensions within the music industry, fostering a dangerous environment for artists. The Quad Record Studio attempted murder of Tupac Shakur. This is all the shit that this nigga Kirk Burroughs gonna talk about in the trial. When y'all ask me how I know, nigga, because I've read all the paperwork. Once you read all the paperwork, you already know what this nigga gonna say. Nigga, it's a wrap. Number 84. In 1994, Combs, through an associate, invited Mr. Shakur to Quad's recording studios in Midtown New York City. Number 85, Shakur was at the height of stardom and infamy with 2 albums, Tupacalypse, Now, and Strictly for My Niggas under his belt. Number 86, he was considered to be rap's most outspoken political pundit. He had started to rise to fame and venture into the world of acting. As was the case with Christopher Wallace, talentless Sean Combs sought desperately to latch on to Tupac's coattails in hopes that some of his stardom would rub off on himself. Number 87, on the night of November the 30th, 1994, while Tupac Shakur was leaving Quad Recording Studios in Midtown New York City, the Keep Your Head Up MC was attacked and robbed by 3 men. Shakur was shot 5 times and robbed of $40,000 worth of jewelry. He was rushed to Manhattan's Bellevue Hospital and had emergency surgery. Y'all see the picture right there. Shakur exiting Bellevue Hospital after the Quad Recording Studio shooting. Number 89. Suspecting the robbery was a setup from inside, since nobody knew he would be at the Quad studios except Combs, except for Diddy. This is where he puts down, bro. You talking about predicate acts, nigga? This is all the shit that Kirk Burrows get ready to line them niggas up. I'm telling y'all this. Except for Combs, his associate Shakur was immediately furious at the people around him, most notably Sean Combs. Number 90. In a 1995 Vibe interview, Tupac Shakur named Biggie, Diddy, and the associate as either having set up the attack or knowing it was going to go down and not warning him. This ended the friendship, or ended the relationship, I should say, between Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls, Christopher Wallace. The orchestrated killing of Shakur. This is where I told y'all, when Kirk Burrows walk in that courtroom, nigga, is BET Rap City, nigga. I've been trying to tell y'all niggas this, bro. Pay attention to the details, nigga. He said the orchestrated killing of Tupac Shakur. Let me blow this up for y'all a little bit more, because I know some of y'all niggas gonna be blind and not be able to see. Let me blow it up for y'all a little bit more. On September the 7th, 1996, Tupac Amaru Shakur was shot multiple times in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas, Nevada. He succumbed to his injuries on September the 13th, 1996. According to the plaintiff's journals, from the time the defendant Combs had a phone conversation with the West Coast record label executive in various street gang factions several days prior to Tupac being shot in Vegas. Number 93, upon information and belief, this was fueled by Combs' jealousy and envy of Tupac and Christopher Wallace's budding friendship and rise as two top hip-hop artists in the world. 94, the topic of discussion between the West Coast record label executive and various street gang factions and Sean Combs was East Coast versus West Coast rivalry. Number 95, the week prior to Tupac's Vegas shooting, defendant Combs rented several vehicles and instructed several men from Harlem to drive the vehicles from New York City to Las Vegas. Game over. When Kirk Burrows going to court and say this, don't y'all know this shit is over with, dog? Don't you know when Kirk Burrows walk into that court, get on that stand, and say this shit that he have notes for and journals for, right? I'm telling y'all this, right? Right? Listen right now. I want y'all to listen to this. Number 96. The plaintiff questioned the logic of this decision, as it would have been more cost effective and efficient for these individuals to fly. Number 97. Defendant Combs responded by telling the plaintiff, shut the fuck up, mind his business, and do as he says. Number 98. The plaintiff then proceeded to order the rental vehicles and paid each individual a per diem of $150 per day. The plaintiff was also directed to pay for the driver's hotel stay. Number 99, these men were not known to the plaintiff, were not company employees, and were never part of the company's ventures. But now the plaintiff was being forced to finance their road trip to Vegas with the company's overhead budget. 100, Sean Combs then instructed the plaintiff to request reimbursement for the rental cars, hotels, and per diem from their parent company at the time, Arista Records. 101, upon information and belief, Arista Records reimbursed defendant Combs between $30,000 and $50,000. 102, and this is where it's done right here, y'all. This is where they're going to line Keefe D up right here. And I try to tell all y'all this, but these niggas don't want to listen to your boy. When Kirk Burrows walk his ass in that courtroom, it's a wrap. 102, that's the casket right there. Upon information and belief, several years after Tupac was murdered, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, a known Southside Compton Crip, traveled to New York City and Harlem. Based on information and belief, Davis was extremely angry and aggressively sought an immediate meeting with Diddy or anyone else who could get him or get on tape. He could get on tape to confirm that Diddy owed him $1 million and had not paid him. To the person who says show Keefe D in Vegas, brother, you're not understanding the law. You don't have to. And that's the part you don't understand. They don't have to, bro. All they got to do is just use Keefe D words against him, his own confession, brother. That's the thing about the law in Las Vegas, brother. See, the law in Las Vegas is different than the law in California, brother. That's the one thing you got to understand, my brother. So when you say, hey, man, show me something, bro, you ain't got to show you shit. They don't have to show you anything, brother. Once again, state of Las Vegas, Nevada, circumstantial evidence, witness testimony, as far as to that this is more than likely a retaliation. You're not understanding. You're saying you understand the glove didn't fit. That's where was that case at, brother? Completely different state. My brothers, show yourself study to prove before you come in here just saying stuff, because you don't have any idea what you're talking about, homie. You just talking. California have different laws than Las Vegas, brother. You need to go look at Las Vegas laws, brother. So when you run around here talking that shit, it don't really mean nothing because you in the state of Las Vegas, brother. You might want to do your homework, bro. You make yourself sound stupid. 103. Based on information and belief, Davis, yeah, you live in Las Vegas and you don't know the law. Because if you knew the law, you would know that they didn't need any of those things. If you knew the law, you would know they didn't need any of those things. Based on information and belief, Davis was extremely angry and aggressively sought an immediate meeting with Sean Combs or anyone else who he could get on tape to confirm that Combs owed him $1 million and had not paid him. 104. Upon information and belief, Keefe D was expecting a payment of $1 million, which had not been received. Reports suggest that this sum was promised as a compensation for facilitating actions that contributed to the assassination of Tupac Shakur. 105. When the payment failed to materialize, tensions escalated between Davis and Combs. Davis repeatedly demanded his money and expressed a growing frustration over the lack of fulfillment of the alleged deal. Now, this is the reason why, and I'm showing y'all this, right? Right? This is the reason why, and I'm telling y'all what's going on. This right here, what I'm showing y'all, right? This is why the cops thought that Keefe D had something to do with Biggie's murder. When the cops were investigating, I said Las Vegas, Nevada. When the cops were investigating, right? When the cops were investigating, they originally thought Keefe D. That's why Vegas. Remember, the cop came in and said that's why they brought in Keefe D, because they were investigating. Oh, excuse me, not Vegas. Cali. Cali said they brought in Keefe D because they were investigating Biggie's murder, and they thought Keefe D was a suspect. The reason why they thought Keefe D was a suspect is because they was privy to this information that Keefe D was ticked about that money. But they found out that Keefe D didn't kill Biggie. Peep this whole case. You got to listen to everybody's testimony in this case is right there. So it says when the payment failed to materialize, tensions escalated between Davis and Combs. Davis repeatedly demanded his money and expressed growing frustration over the lack of fulfillment of the alleged deal. 106. Based on information and belief, defendant Combs paid $1 million to a courier who did not successfully deliver it, and Combs refused to pay $1 million again. You know who that courier was? He gonna name him in court. He gonna name him in court. To the brother who says Vegas police was paid, bro, it's not about Vegas police being paid. This is the one thing you don't understand again. You sounding goofy, brother. None of this shit matter if Keefe D keep his mouth shut. That's it. You keep talking about Vegas police. Ain't nobody give a fuck about no Vegas police. What you talking about, bro? If Keefe D don't say nothing, nigga, we ain't here. Period, nigga. Pack it up. What is you niggas talking about? They used to have what they call common that went in sense that made it common sense. If Keefe D don't open his mouth, they have no case. There's nothing to talk about, nigga. It's packed up. It's over with, dog. There's nothing there's nothing to bring to the table. If Keefe, this is what everybody don't understand. Everybody keep talking about Vegas. This, that, nigga, fuck everybody else. If this nigga right here don't say a word, we not here today. Pay attention to the details, nigga. When Kirk Burrows get on the stand and tell you that Diddy paid the $1 million hit, you're not listening about Vegas knowing this. Brother, we know they knew this. That's why he got a proffer, brother. What the hell is you talking about? That's why he got a proffer, dude. He got a proffer, dude. That's why this was kept quiet. Because he got a proffer. The reason why it's being brought up right now is because he ran his mouth. Simple as that. If he didn't run his mouth, we wouldn't even be talking about this shit. We wouldn't even be here. We had nothing to talk about. Bro, these niggas on YouTube, I swear, bro, the smallest level of thinking that you can ever have. The smallest level of thinking, bro. I gotta get him out of here, man. You ain't gonna make my head hurt no more, bro. So, like it says right here, bro. Once he go into court and say, hey, man, I have records that Diddy paid that $1 million. I was there. He paid the $1 million. And he gonna tell him who he paid it to. Why you think these people's name keeps coming up? Because once they come back in, they're gonna have the rest of the people put the pictures of the puzzle together. I'm telling y'all this. They don't even need a fucking check. I keep telling people, hold on, I'm about to show y'all. I'm about to show everybody what I'm talking about. Because something is really wrong with these niggas on the internet, bro. Them niggas come in here and think they know what the fuck they talking about, and he don't. Them nigga ain't paying attention to the details, my nigga. He not. It's embarrassing, to be honest with y'all niggas. My nigga just ain't here just talking. If he knew what he was talking about, he wouldn't say nothing, nigga. He would just know his role and shut his mouth. But since he's doing all that talking, nigga, I'll be your Huckleberry, nigga. I'll be your Huckleberry, nigga. Let me show you. Show you right now. Right? I'm gonna show you right now. That nigga doing all this talking. I'm finna show this nigga. Let me put this up here for y'all. Cause this nigga just, bro, these people just come on the internet, bro. They ain't give me a headache, man. Real talk, bro. They ain't give me a headache, man. Hold on, y'all. I want to put some on the screen for y'all, show y'all this shit, man. Right? Show y'all this. Cause these niggas is crazy, bro. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all right now. Show y'all right now. I'm gonna show y'all right now. Can y'all read that? Do you see what that say, brother? Let me make sure you can see what this says. I want you to see what this says, brother. Read the screen. Legally, a person can be charged and even convicted of a murder for hire based strictly on witness testimony without bank records, right? Now, watch this right here, right? Now, here's why it's different in this case, right? Now, let me go to this. Hold on. I'm going to go back to this and show y'all something. Oh, no, this wasn't it. It was this. I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all something. Hold on. Hold on. Show y'all right now. Show y'all this right now. Show y'all. Because these niggas is crazy. Hold on. I'm finna show y'all this. Hold on. I got it. Put this up here for y'all. Hold on. I want to show y'all this. Because I want niggas to see this. I gotta put this up here for y'all. Hold on. Let me play this for y'all real quick. Hold on. Hold on.
Clothes, and things of that nature.
And Lakewood Mall's not in Compton, is it?
Not at all.
Is it fair to say it's about 15, 20 minutes away from Compton?
Yeah, if that.
And it was, and just so things have changed in the last 30 years.
Of course.
Back then, you couldn't order things on Amazon and have them delivered to your house, right? You actually had to go.
No, I doubt it. I don't remember.
So at the Lakewood Mall, you were there with other Southside Crip members. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And it was Orlando Anderson one of the people that were with you?
Yes, Orlando was with us.
Okay. And then did you happen to run in that day into people from Mob Piru or Death Row Records?
Yes, we did.
Can you tell us about that?
Well, we basically were coming from different sides of the mall. And we're, walking towards each other. And I guess we basically seen each other simultaneously, you know what I mean? And we noticed people. They noticed us. They kept, coming our way. We kept coming their way. And a couple of words was exchanged once we got close enough, you know what I mean? And that's when the fight broke out.
So a fight broke out?
Yeah.
And by that, we're talking about people punching each other and tackling each other.
Yeah.
On the other side, were you aware of somebody by the name of Trayvon Lane there?
Yeah, I was aware of Trayvon, yeah.
And in particular, there's talk about a death row chain or medallion hanging from Trayvon Lane's neck. Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen. Did I see the chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen the chain.
Okay. During the
Now, he said he seen the chain, right? But I want to go back to this because this is very important. And I want to show y'all this. I'm going to put this on the screen. I want to get this on the screen for you guys to see what I'm talking about because everybody needs to understand what I'm talking about, right? Now, let me put this on the screen right here. I want to show y'all this right here. All right. Let me see. Did I put this on the screen? No, I didn't put it on the screen. Let me put this on the screen. Hold on. Let me put this on the screen for y'all. Hold on. There it go. My bad, y'all. In the eyes of the law, an eyewitness statement can be just as good as a physical check. And prosecutors do not strictly need a paper trail to win a RICO conviction. Under the U.S. legal system, the law makes no distinction between a piece of paper, circumstantial or real evidence, and a person's testimony under oath, direct evidence. Both are legally or fully acceptable forms of proof to a jury. Right? Now, eyewitness statements are direct evidence. If a witness sits down or sits on a stand looks the jury in the eye and says, I was standing in the room when Diddy handed over a duffel bag of cash and said, this is for taking care of that problem, that is considered direct evidence. A jury is legally allowed to convict someone solely based entirely on that statement if they believe the witness is telling the truth. While a paper trail is rarely found in major gang cases. Now look at this, y'all. Federal prosecutors who build racketeering cases. Let's say this again, right? Who build racketeering cases, right? Federal prosecutors who build racketeering cases know that smart criminals do not write checks for illegal hits. They use cash or street commodities like drugs or luxury cars, intermediaries passing money through multiple people so bosses' names isn't on it, right? Because of this, the government routinely prosecutes RICO cases without a literal bank receipt. Instead, they use a strategy called corroboration. Right? Right? The problem they're going to have is with Kirk Burrows, they're not going to be able to say, hey, Kirk Burrows is a liar. They're not going to be able to say, hey, Kirk Burrows is a gang member. They're not going to be able to say, hey, man, Kirk Burrows got a criminal record. Kirk Burrows was not a gang member. Kirk Burrows doesn't have a criminal record that we know of. Kirk Burrows is an employee. It's going to be hard to attack his character in a court of law when he wasn't participating in gang activity, when he hadn't been locked up for any gang activity. He's the perfect witness. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all this. Kirk Burrows, the testimony this nigga give, he's the perfect, because he wasn't a part of the gang activity. He was just a regular COO president type of situation. It's going to be hard for them to attack his credibility on the stand and say, oh, well, you were just a gang member. You doing this for He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. That's going to be hard to knock down, especially because he have detailed notes over the years. And that's what took us back to this. When he said, you said his character ain't going to be questioned. It can't be questioned. How can his character be questioned when he accused that man of sexual assault? So he's the one that accused him. His character can't come into question. He's not a gang member. He doesn't have a criminal record. It's going to be hard to say, oh yeah, he's a thug. He's this, he's that. He's different from gang members. They're going to look at him as just, he was working as an executive. It's going to be hard, bro. I'm trying to tell you this, man. To attack his character is going to be, especially because he kept detailed notes. If he didn't keep all those detailed notes every single day, he would have a harder time. That nigga got 30 boxes, bro. So he said, based on information and belief, defendant Sean Combs paid $1 million to a courier who did not successfully deliver it. And Combs refused to pay $1 million again. The courier orchestrated the events in Las Vegas. You know who he's going to name as a courier in court. The nigga who they've been naming. You know who he's going to name as the dude who was supposed to get the money to Keefe D. Read what he says right here. It's in the paperwork, nigga. Y'all niggas get mad at me. This is in the paperwork. The courier orchestrated the events in Las Vegas and failed to pay Keefe D. At the time, he was Combs' go-to for dealings with the West Coast. That's another thing. He gonna link him to all these other activities in the West Coast. I'm telling y'all this. This shit finna get diabolical, nigga. I'm telling y'all. When Kirk Burrows go up there, that nigga Kirk Burrows gonna tear the whole house down, nigga. His testimony, and then he links Biggie and Tupac. Right? He even said that Diddy betrayed Tupac. Look at it. Sean Combs' exploitation, control, and betrayal of Christopher Biggie Smalls Wallace. I try to tell y'all this. Y'all see all this stuff. He names names and everything specifically in this case, y'all. He even had meticulous notes. Remember I told y'all he got notes? Let me make this a little bit smaller for y'all. You see that right there? That was some of his notes. He kept notes every day. This is the proof. Look at the date, y'all. March 9th, 1997. Which day did Biggie pass away? Sunday, March 9th, 1997. Which day did Big pass away? He kept all these notes all those years from day one. It's going to be hard to beat somebody in court that has all these type of notes from day one. He kept notes on everything, yo. Look at this. He even got the flight, JFK, 8 a.m., flight 15 TWA, Mrs. Wallace. That's insane. He had this the whole time. How you going to go in court and tell a nigga who kept these notes all these years? And look at the folder he had it in. You can tell that's a 3-ring binder. He got all the names right there. The hotel they staying in. Look at this. The street. Bro, this shit. Hey, y'all niggas thought this shit was a gimmick. You thought this shit was a gimmick? Nigga, I ain't seen Parole in a minute, nigga. Look at this shit. He got all these names on here. He wrote that shit all out. He the one orchestrated all the flights. He did everything. He got all this shit wrote down. He even marked out names he didn't want y'all to see that they're going to reveal in court. I'm telling you this. He got all this paperwork right here. Look at it, y'all. He even talked about how Diddy escaped California. He said Diddy was reportedly transported to a private airport via the trunk of a police cruiser, allowing him to leave the city undetected as local gangs searched downtown for him. Kurt Burrows said Diddy left in the back of a police trunk. That's how he got out of LA. Because local gangs was looking for him downtown. Come on, man. Come on, man. And he said, right? Now think about what I'm talking about right now, right? He said right here, look at this right here, y'all. He said the plaintiff was left to organize his own travel back to New York and was responsible for orchestrating the travel arrangements for the remainder of the Bad Boy Entertainment staff. It's right there. He gave all these, bro. This nigga might be able to get both murders solved. I'm trying to tell you, man, it's gonna be hard when you talk to a nigga like that in court. They got that type of details, and he got all these journals and shit, bro. It's gonna be hard to beat that nigga in court, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man, because the jurors they gonna look at this like, oh, this nigga kept notes the whole time. Then when you add that with this,
right? Did anything happen to that chain?
Yeah, during the brawl, it came off his neck.
Now, let me ask you something about the significance of a chain or something like that. Is there any special significance to taking somebody's chain?
Oh yeah, I would think so. Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
Can you explain that?
I mean, that was their logo, and so it's like you taking that from them is, like you got something, to at least harp about or to say, hey, look, I took this. That's all it will be.
Would it be considered disrespectful to rip somebody's chain off?
Yes.
Yeah. How did that brawl end? Like what made you guys stop fighting?
Oh well, the police came. You know what I mean? The police came, separated the parties. They didn't even try to talk to nobody or nothing. They just wanted to get the situation under control. Everybody just, leave. Just get out of there. So that's what they did. They came in, they separated us basically. We went our way, they went their way.
Is it fair to say that Lakewood is a little different of a place than Compton?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. Yeah.
A little more suburban?
A little more, yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, it sounds like that whoever the police was in Lakewood just was asking you guys to get out of there, right?
Yeah, they just wanted to be, in the mall. It's, families, kids, they just wanted to get it handled, situated, and get people out of there.
Permission to approach, Your Honor?
You may.
To show you some photos, exhibits that's already been admitted. I'm going to show you Exhibit 62. Who's that?
Mr. Davis.
Show you Exhibit number 63. Who's that?
Mr. Anderson.
Show you Exhibit number 64. Who's that?
Mr. Smith.
Let me show you Exhibit number 65. Who's that?
Mr. Brown.
Let me show you Exhibit number 60. Who's that?
That's Trayvon.
Okay. And I'm going to show you Exhibit number 70. Do you recognize the people in here? The ones' faces that are blurred?
The only people I know is Orlando, me, and P. Dre.
And then, is this just a wider out version of that photo?
Yeah, same thing.
Man, look at
thing.
Keefe D, man. That nigga know he done. Y'all niggas in here capping.
And then I'm going to show you what's been already admitted, States 66. Do you recognize who's in that photo?
Yeah, Orlando and Keefe.
Did you go to the Mike Tyson fight in when Mike Tyson fought Bruce Seldon the weekend that Tupac Shakur got shot?
No, I didn't.
How come?
I was incarcerated.
It's fair to say that that incarceration.
He already disarmed the prosecution. I mean, the defense. He said, "Yo, was you at the Tyson fight?" He said, "Nope, I was locked up." He disarmed because he made it so that the defense can't come say, "Oh, well, you wasn't even there." But no, it ain't about that. His role in this case ain't about that. His role was to establish what Mob James had already established, that it was a rivalry. Now you got guy from both sides, Bloods and the Crips. Bro, they cooking this thing up crazy. And I keep telling you, you don't know what you're looking for. If you don't know what you're watching, I don't know what the hell you talking about. I don't know. But anybody, and I'm going to say this again, anybody that come on the internet and get mad at anybody else, if you come on the internet and you get mad at anybody else except for the person you're supposed to be mad at, bro, I can't say nothing to you. There's nothing that I can personally say to you, dog, because there's no way that you can be mad at anybody else. There's no way. There's no way. You can't be mad at anybody else except for Keefe D. Keefe D, again, man, I've never seen this before. Have you ever? I've never seen this before.
So I gotta ask you, man. I know you've been hearing the rumors that's been going around. So Reggie Wright Jr., he did an interview and he said that you're gonna be getting arrested soon for Tupac's murder. Is that true?
Not that I know of, unless he's the U.S. fucking attorney or something. I don't know. This dude that obsessed with me. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? I know I said I wasn't gonna ever bring his name up again. He did that bullshit phone call, you know what I'm saying? With that like a tap line or something. This is recorded. And he didn't let me hear the shit. I should sue him and that fucking RJ Bonds. That dude obsessed with me. He act like he want to give me some head or something. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. You need to leave me the fuck alone. That look back in when I got out of the federal prison, I see this dude at a grocery store. This man don't know me from a man in the moon. He act like he my fucking friend. This dude ain't my fucking friend. I walked up to him and said, "Man, you know who the fuck I am?" He like, "Nah." I said, "Man, I'm Keefe D." He like, "Oh shit." Then I was sitting in the parking lot waiting on him to come out. He pulled out of this little gray BMW. That mother was scared to death. That mother don't know me. I never been your friend or nothing. But I know of you, motherfucker, because your daddy the fucking police. And I'm tired of him. You know what I'm saying? He bringing up my name. He brought up my name from day one. You know what I'm saying? I am tired of him. And I guess he wanna I don't know what's wrong with the dude. He obsessed with me. You heard that song by Mariah Carey? Shit. Leave me the fuck alone, bitch. I'm not your friend. You're doing secret phone calls and all that shit, man. Leave me the fuck alone, dude. You know what I'm saying? If anything, if they do arrest me, you need to be handcuffed to me, motherfucker. For all the dirty shit you done did, you son of a bitch. Ain't have you washed your neck yet? Maybe that shit maybe getting stuck to your fucking brain or something. All that fucking dirt on your neck, nigga. Leave me the fuck alone, bitch. Yeah, that's all I got to say about him. And if he come back with anything, he trying to get views off me, he's strolling me or something, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he like, I guess I got a free interview. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck? Yeah, that was some bullshit. They called me 12 a night. You know what I'm saying? Called me off guard. And, keep you smoking. No, bitch. You smoking, motherfucker. You and your daddy. Back when I used to live over there in their neighborhood, this dude had to be in fucking the ninth, eighth, ninth grade. That motherfucker used to be had a cardboard box on this little driveway off of Bradfield and Stockton. Nigga used to be doing breakdancing and shit. You know what I'm saying? Oh, fucking, man, leave me the fuck alone, dude. You little fat motherfucker. Unless you the U.S. attorney, I don't know what the fuck going on. Good news to me, motherfucker. Okay, I'm tired of addressing him. To the next thing, bro.
Right, but I want to backtrack, man, because you just made a comment and you said that if you get arrested, Reggie Wright Jr. needs to be arrested. What you mean by that? Go into detail about that.
He need to be handcuffed to me. All the dirty shit he done did. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure he had his hands into that Peter Pritchard shit over there on what's that, Fairfax and fucking Wilshire at that fucking auto museum. I'm quite sure he had his hands in there. So if I go to jail, you need to be handcuffed to me, bitch. Only thing, I understand tall through it all, motherfucker. You not with your weak ass. And I heard COVID whooping your ass anyway. You know what I'm saying? Leave me the fuck alone, dude. All that dirty shit you done did, nigga. Yeah. Okay, I'm done with him. On to the next, man. I'm tired of him. Just get off my dick. Hanging from my fucking ball sack, motherfucker, like a dingleberry. Fucking hoe. Fat ass bitch. Yeah. I'm tired of him. And if they do come arrest you, you need to be fucking handcuffed to me, nigga. For that shit at Fairfax and fucking Wilshire, that Biggie shit, motherfucker. I'm quite sure you had your hands in it, you fat, dirty son of a bitch. Well, you obsessed with me. Get off my dick. Well, when you want me to come get into bed with you and Boo, motherfucker, do a threesome or something, man, leave me the fuck alone, bitch. How you know? You the U.S. attorney? Fuck. Oh, motherfucker, you dirty motherfucker, man. You just obsessed with me, young. You heard that shit by Mariah Carey, young. Girl, you go. All right, big dog. I'm tired of him, though. You know what I'm saying? I will never address. I don't care what he come with, whatever he come with. I will never address this shit again, ever in my life. Leave me alone, motherfucker. You want me to come jump in the bed with you and Boo, motherfucker.
Yeah, man, that's what Reggie Wright Jr. said, man. He said in a few months you're gonna be getting arrested, man. He even said they've been knocking on people's doors and everything, man.
I'll just address that, brother. You know what I'm saying? I understand tall through it all. If they do, I'm not gonna fucking kill myself. I ain't gonna do the fucking Ann Hernandez or nothing like that. Come on, big dog.
But man, like I told y'all, man, he did that, man. Again, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? He was saying all this stuff on the web, man. Real talk, bro. You can't make this shit up, man.
You really feel a type of way about Puffy not reaching out to you, man. I can tell by talking to you that you feel a type of way about it. So nobody from Puffy team reached out to you.
No. Hell no. I did time for the bro. Everything, you know what I'm saying? That nigga, he didn't even send me a suit, man. That's bad. I seen it, this other dude named Fleetwood. Ran into him, he like, man, Puffy send me $20,000 worth of clothes every season. I said, for real? And yeah. But Yeah, no, he never reached out to me or nothing. Yeah. And it don't look like he gonna ever reach out to me. Yeah. Yeah. I met him back in like 91. He was doing an Usher video. My Way. You know what I'm saying? My Way. No, not My Way, but Can I Get With You?
See, he said this is a script. This can't be a script. Look how he's thinking to say, bro, you can't. There is no way in hell you can make up this perfect of a script. This is why he's going to prison, bro. There's no way in hell that you can make up this type of script, bro. I'm talking about this nigga's talking about name. I'm talking about he's talking about certain times, errors, names, places, things, bro. There ain't nobody in the world. Do Keefe look like he was a straight A student? Does Keefe look like he was a B student? Does Keefe look like what kind of grades do you think Keefe got in school? Come on, man.
With You. That was Usher's very first song. And they called my hydraulic place and asked to use some lowriders. So I let them use my phone. We took the car up there. Usher danced all on the hood, on the window door. So it was a big old dent in it and shit. So I took it
So that's a script. Everything he said right there is a script. Come on, bro. This is the reason why they're gonna jam him up, man. I'm trying to tell you. And they got enough circumstantial evidence. And they got enough witness testimonies to say, hey, man, this was a beef. That's all you need in Las Vegas. I don't think people understand that. In Las Vegas, Nevada, that's all you need. With his own confession, circumstantial evidence, witness testimony to say, hey, man, yeah, hey, these things were going on. Bro, I don't think people understand the law.
I took it up to the paint shop, man, and they like, man, we got to paint the whole car. So Puffy reimbursed me with that. That's where I met Puffy. Puffy, everybody think I met him through Ziv and D-Mac and stuff like that. No,
bro, you can't make that script up, bro. This is the thing. Bro, everybody keeps saying, hey, man, that nigga say this stuff himself, bro. You cannot make that script up, bro. There's no way. This is shit because when you thinking like, bro, to think of a script and to be it, bro, you would have to perfectly be able to, bro, come on, man.
He called and asked to use my lowrider for Usher video. Could I get with you? Usher got the little Lakers uniform on in school. You know what video I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Can I get with you? Yeah. That's how I met Paul. And he wound up kicking me like $4,000. Paying $4,000 to get the car repainted. Yeah.
What makes you say you lost your empire because of Puffy? Why you say that?
I did. Shit. If I wouldn't have never met him,
I would have. Think about this, y'all. The same way they're using this against him, they're gonna use this against Diddy. Bro, this shit is elementary, nigga. So once you got think about this, y'all. Once you got the president of Bad Boy Records, the former president, Kurt Burrows, go up there and say, yeah, we cut a check. Now you got him and you got the nigga who they were supposed to pay saying this on tape. They just gonna use Keefe these tapes. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all this. All they gotta do is use his tapes against him. That's why y'all see people get locked up for shit they saying on podcasts. All they gotta do is use Keefe these tapes. That's it. That's the biggest evidence you got.
I would have never been involved in this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? If I would have never met the brother, I would have never been involved in this bullshit. Really. Because me and Suge was playing on the same Pop Warner team and everything. My homeboys helped put Suge in the game and all that shit, you know? And it really crashed two people empire that fucking one night. You know what I'm saying? Mine's for sure. Suge's too. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, man. So you feel like Puffy, he's the reason for your empire and Suge empire going down because of the whole situation with Tupac.
Exactly. He the only one still balling. Shit. Yeah, he made our shit go down, man. Yeah, I ain't even met the motherfucker. He won't even look out or nothing, you know?
So break that down, man, for the people out there that don't know the backstory. What did Puffy do exactly to break down y'all empires?
Because he pitted us against each other.
See, there you go right there. You don't even need, we don't even need, bro. All they're gonna use is his own confessions. I keep trying to tell y'all this shit. Then he could come on the internet talking about everybody else. This man said this on tape. Y'all see all the shit they using with people's own confessions. They use rappers' own lyrics. This is the part people not understanding, bro. They have like probably 20 hours of Keefe D on podcast.
So it seemed like he pitted us against each other. You know, which was kind of smart because we're Crips and Suge was Bloods.
See?
Like,
now he admitted that on tape. Now, when you get the gang members to go in there in court and admit this, bro, come on, bro. This is why I be trying to tell people. He's admitted this on tape. They got gang members that's gone in court that have admitted this. Game over, nigga. This is a part he can't go back and say, "Oh, I was lying. That shit wasn't true." They got gang members that's in court testifying to this shit. This is why I'm trying to tell you, they baking his ass, nigga. Then they gonna turn around and use that same tapes against Diddy. Watch what I tell y'all this.
Yeah. He just called one, me and Zip was rolling up Greenleaf one night. He called and asked, you think it's safe to come out here to do our concerts? And I just said, man, give me like 50 tickets to each concert. We'll be.
What did the Crip say in the court today? He was like, oh yeah, they would give us tickets. Come on, bro. He confirmed the nigga's story in court. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all niggas. That's why I told y'all them niggas toast. The Crip dude literally went in court today and confirmed his story. Because he asked him, he was like, yo, how y'all get linked up with Diddy? He said, oh yeah, we used to get tickets to go to the concert. I'm trying to tell y'all this shit, bro. Y'all come around here thinking somebody just capping when I'm saying this shit, bro.
We'll be out there with you. We'll go with you. We went to the concert in San Diego. Went to the concert in Anaheim, Irvine Meadows, and the one in Las Vegas.
How's he reading all that from a script?
With them. Yeah. Yeah, and back then they was just a startup coming up, you know what I'm saying? They didn't really have no money like that. We were balling.
Now, remember he said it was a startup, they ain't had no money like that. We was balling. Remember the dude when it opened and he said, yo, the cops said we was investigating both Bad Boy and what you call it for Ricos because we knew they was built on drug money. The cops said that yesterday.
Well, we was bosses. For sure. I know I was a boss. My whole crew was bosses.
He even admitted that he funded Suge Knight. He admitted this.
We was bosses. For sure. I know I was a boss. My whole crew was bosses. I made bosses all over the country, like I said. I even made some bosses in Boosley Town. What you up, Baton Rouge? I got a couple of homeboys out there in Baton Rouge rolling. He just don't know who I know. And if he smoked any kind of crack or snort any kind of coke, he probably had some of my product. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Boots. But yeah, getting back to Puff, yeah, I feel he owe me. He never reached out or nothing. He had like I'm some shit on the grass or something. You know what I'm saying? You know how you step around and shit on the grass? Yeah.
Damn, bro. Like I told y'all, man. Shit crazy, man. Then remember he said that he wasn't. Remember the nigga said in the interview right before this trial started, he was like, man, I ain't been a gamer. I ain't been banging since the 89. Come on, bro. All they gonna do is play this.
All right, here we go. Keefe D.
All they gonna do is play this.
The floor is yours, my man.
Okay, first of all, I wanted to address the Mob James situation. Big dog, I'm not scared to go on the show with you, big dog. You know, you went with my homegirl. Then you say, I can't get 10 soft sides to say Keefe D was a gangster. Man, gangsters move in silence anyway. You know what I'm saying? And My homeboys ain't going to go with the ops against me for you. So you can knock that off. And back in 84, I went to the pen for emptying 2 clips in this dude's house, dude. And I was in jail when there was only 8 prisons in the state of California. You had to do something to go to prison. Now they just send anybody, drunk drivers, 40 prisons in there. It's a money-making business. But back when I went to prison, it was only 8 of them, and you had to do something to go to prison, dude. So you can kill that as I'm a buster or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm a buster even for even addressing this situation anyway. Coming back for saying this. You know what I'm saying? But big dog, I lived on your street for 3 years on Killing. Address 1815. You know, I can tell you everything. What's the name lived across the street from you? Cedric McGill from Great Street. I lived it down the street from you. Keith D from Southside. And it's this old man named Willie. He used to have a little gambling shack, play dominoes and shoot dice at his house. He lived in like 3 doors down from me. Then your big homeboy that had the big sack named Ken. He lived in that corner with the pretty houses. Your little homeboys used to come check out my cars. I don't know if it was you or not, but y'all used to come check out them pretty low riders, them pretty cars. Big dog, I ain't scared to go on the show with you, big dog. You know that, homeboy. My son, you know, you and my son do talk to each other all the time. You know what I'm saying? And you went with my homegirl. You got a baby by my homegirl. I was good to you. I was good to Pam. You know what I'm saying? Make sure she had money and everything. She bring money home to y'all, man. Come on, big dog. Matter of fact, a couple of your homeboys was on my team. Zeke. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just all about a Crip and blood thing, big dog. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
What show is you referring to?
Well, show Vlad.
Okay.
Was it Vlad or I think it was Norm show or something. Norman show or one of them shows. But he took it down and we talked. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to address the situation, dude.
Okay, so you were supposed to do a show with Mob James and...
Yeah, I was supposed to do a show with Mob James, but Vlad ain't paying right, dude. And I'm not just getting on there for anything. Seems like he's obsessed with me. If Stephen A. Smith come on this show, he gonna ask him about me. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? God damn. Then my little homeboy Knockout, Drayster, Trade E them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all Crips, man. Y'all ain't got no business getting on that white man show talking about me, dude. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know understand the situation or nothing I was in. You know what I'm saying? So please, you know what I'm saying? Y'all my little homeboys, you know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't even want to come on the show to address the situation, BG, you know what I'm saying? Because you know, you my little homeboy, man. So, you know, that's all I wanted to say about the situations. Yeah. Y'all Crips, y'all shouldn't even get on that dude's show talking about me, dude, big dog. I made sure it's y'all hood, every hood. Insanes was with me, the 20s, Nutty Blocks, Grape Streets. Even some of Suge homeboys was with me on my team, man. We was getting money, man. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I'm a good dude, homeboy. Don't try to fucking down me, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
Yo, so this is all the stuff that was going on, man. You can't really get around it, man. You can't really get around it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Feds go by 60 months. We gonna see what his sentence deals. If he don't have 60 months, the feds go by 60 months. And a gun case is a mandatory minimum of 60 months. If he get anything under 60 months, he did told on somebody. I've been in the federal system. I know the whole system back and forth, especially with the sentencing guidelines stuff. A gun case is 5 years, at least. And it depends on what kind of guns you have and what kind of priors you have. But he better have at least 5 years coming. He better, yeah. Like I see him with the ankle monitor on. I see him trying like a mother to get up out of there too, boy. Charleston White, hey, he had me laughing like a mother. My son said, "Look what Charleston White said about your boy." Yeah, you don't tell. Them boys got your ass, boy. He had me laughing like a mother. Yeah. You know what I want to see though? I want to see him and Charleston White get him up. I would call him out, but he too light in the ass for me. You know what I'm saying? That's a mismatch. Me and Boosie, you know what I'm saying? That's a mismatch. You know what I'm saying? He always talking about he gonna knock somebody out. But that's a mismatch. But I would like to see him and Charleston White get him up. I'll pay per view for that shit. I'm quite sure plenty of people will pay per view for that shit. But he got what he had coming because he talked too much. Mr. Boosie Boots.
I don't know, man. I don't know if you forgot, but I seen you a couple of times in person, man. You a small dude. You sure you can beat up Boosie?
What you think?
I don't know, man. I mean, Boosie, he might put
boy.
hands on you, to be honest.
Boosie weigh 130 pounds, dude. I bench press 350, man. Come on, man. I'll make him a presso. You know, I'll bench press his mother little ass and skull crush his little bitty ass. That dude ain't match for me. Matter of fact, I got some daughters that can beat him up.
Oh, man.
I got 2 daughters that can beat up Boosie. And I'll put my money on their ass. Some grandsons, too. I'll beat Boosie ass and his little kids. That little boy. I'll beat the shit out of both of them. You know what I'm saying? I got 2 grandsons. I touch them up. And they only 17 years old. You hear me? Yeah. I got 2 daughters that beat up Boosie, too. I whoop Boosie ass. Yeah.
I want to get your honest point of view on this, man. Do you consider yourself a rat for chilling on your dead nephew?
No, not really. That's what the mafia do, dude. Gangsters do that shit. But you know, I hate they put me in that position like that because I fought them people off for 15 years. That man was on my ass when I was in jail for 5.5 years. That man came up there every other month, telling the wardens and all that. He the rapper killer. He this, he that. Ooh, he killed Biggie and Tupac. Ooh, yeah. So yeah, I fought them people off for 15 years, man. And when I got back out, the dudes put me in a position, dude. You know, all you got to do is go in Freedom of Information Act, get the paperwork, and they see what type of position I was in. You know, it wasn't just me going to go down. It was, you know, bigger people than me, bigger fishes than me. You gonna lose their McDonald's, their homes, and all that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Liquor stores and all that type of shit. It wasn't just me they put in a pickle like that. You know what I'm saying? The connect and everything. Yeah.
See, but then when this happened, bro, this set it
Up
off,
all
bro.
the champagne. Shit. I seen he brought that dude. What's his name? What's his name? The dude, Drink Club. The dude from Drink Club.
Oh, you talking about
Noriega? Yeah, he brought him what he brought him? A Maybach truck? Yeah. Yeah, I think he should look out. You know what I'm saying? He worth $1 billion. He should come look out. Come build a basketball gym at our Parkers. Do something. You know what I'm saying? Do something for us, dog. You know what I'm saying? He wrong. You know, he like we some shit on the grass or something. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't even know us no more. God damn, buddy.
If you could say anything to Puffy after everything you did for him, what would you say to him?
I'm still here, bro. Still waiting. You know what I'm saying? I'm still here waiting, bro. Damn. You know, I used to pop all the champagne bottles, all that shit on. I used to fill up the tubs, all of them things. Ashley, man, I used to buy 2 cases of champagne, fill up the bottle. Andre Herrera, all of them dudes used to be in the room, man. We used to have a ball, dude. He like, man, you need to come to New York. I swear we'll repay you. I've been waiting on that repay for a long time, bro. Yeah. I got him popping them bottles like that. We pop. Poof, poof. It sounded like the 4th of July in them in them sweet style. They used to be popping the shit out of them bottles, dude. Shooting dice, all that shit. We used to have fun, dog. But he never. Damn, I couldn't even get a fucking Roman noodle soup up in jail, man. That's bad, dude. You know what I'm saying? And he know I was in jail. You know? A Roman noodle soup. That's bad, man. Don't you think so?
If what you're saying is true about you giving him protection when he came to LA because he was scared of Tupac and Suge.
All that, man. Yeah. Gene Deal even say, man, God damn, he saved your ass a gang of times. Didn't he say that?
Yeah, I think I recall him saying that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he should give Keefe something. He said that, didn't he? Because I saved his ass a gang of times. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, these dudes out here eat your ass up. These some wolves out here, dude. You know LA, this ain't no joke. They will eat your ass alive out of here, dude. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you coming out here faking, for sure. Yeah.
Speaking of Puffy, right? You saving Puffy. Tell me that story about how you saved Puffy and a guy named D-Mac, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Puffy and D-Mac? Oh.
Yeah, tell me that story.
Oh, we
Break
was
that down to a T.
Oh, okay. We was at this club on Sunset Boulevard called the Roxy. You know what I'm saying? It was me, D-Mac, Puff, and a few of them New York dudes. I think Zip was with us too, and one of my homies. So they was shooting pool. They was shooting some one of these Damu riders. I think he was from the jungles. They was shooting him some pool. And I think they were shooting for like $5,000. So boom. D-Mac beat the dude. You know what I'm saying? D-Mac beat the dude in pool. So he didn't want to pay up. So D-Mac got to talking shit. So that dude did a swoo whoop holler. Swoo whoop. And them dudes came from everywhere. We was in the VIP upstairs too, shooting pool. I don't know how they got by the security or nothing, but shit, they was up there about 30 Damu riders. It just so happened that I knew Grand Pooba and Big Chris and Geek. They're like, oh, that's KVD. Otherwise, we would have been destroyed up in that motherfucker. They would have broke our back. I ain't gonna lie, we'd have lost that one for sure. But I had me a pool stick. I was gonna defend the shit out of myself. Yeah, that's one time he could have lost his fucking life. Gene Deals kind of said it. Gene Deals kind of touched on it and shit. I saved him that day for sure. Lucky them dudes knew me, dude. Otherwise, we would have been destroyed. I had me a pool stick. I was gonna defend the shit out of myself for sure. You know? Yeah. That's what he knowed he was done too. He was done for. They was in there deep. Good thing I knew Grand Pooba. He used to come up to they had a lowrider club called the Damu Riders. And they used to come up to our
Bro, you can't write this script, bro. This is not a script you can write, bro.
Compton Hydraulics. Dude, matter of fact, Geek was a young balling motherfucker. Young balling, super balling motherfucker. To be that young. And Grand Pooba saved us. Like, oh, that's KVD. Like, oh, I was happy as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But I was gonna defend myself. They didn't know to get them pool sticks. I know I had me one. Yeah, but Puffy and them would have been destroyed that day. They was up there, some big old dudes too, boy. Yeah, looked like they was eating steel for lunch. You know what I'm saying? Big old youngsters. Yeah. Damu riders. Yeah, he was scared to death too, boy. I told him too, boy. And matter of fact, it was after the Pac thing, you know. Yeah.
It was after Pac got killed?
Yeah, we was at the Roxy on Sunset.
Bro, you can't make that script up.
And what was Puffy doing, yo, while this was happening?
Shit. We were surrounded. That's all I can say. We would have been murdered. You know what I'm saying? They was at least 30 deep up in there, and good thing I knew the dudes. You know what I'm saying? They like, oh, that's KVD. Woo-woo. And we shook it out, and they didn't pay that $5,000 though, for sure. They didn't pay D-Mac. You know? D-Mac is the game manager. Matter of fact, he was Puff college roommate at Howard.
See? I mean, bro, for that to be a script, for you to be copying off a script, bro, that's crazy, man. Right? Then remember the dude told y'all? He was like, yeah, we investigating them. We tried to hit them with the RICO because they said they was trying to tie the money. Bro, come on, man.
How this whole shit started. Death Row, man. I'm gonna tell you how this whole shit started. Death Row, man. I'm gonna keep it fucking real. And this is the last thing I'm saying, and I'm out of here after this. One of my partners went to jail down there in that place, Metropolitan Detention Center. He's like, big dog, come down here and see me. I'm like, man, I'm on parole. I can't go down there, dude. Like, man, come down there and see me. We gonna get us some IDs and shit. So I went down there and seen him. He like, big dog, I'm gonna start this record company called Death Row. He like, man, do you want to be the? I mean, what you think of it? I like, man, you in here? And he's like, you want to be the CEO of it? I like, no, I don't know nothing about no motherfucking record company and this and like that. And he said, I got some shit I need you to do, and we gonna start this record company. I'm like, all right, cool. He asked me, did I want to be a CEO? Like, no. So he called me and say, man, I need you to do a conference call with Eazy-E. So he asked Eazy to come be the CEO of Death Row. And after they did the conference call, Eazy-E came over my house 30 minutes later and say, man, the dudes is in jail. What the fuck I look like? You know what I'm saying? I'm already established this and that. So they gave it to this other dude from Fruit Town. I ain't gonna say his name or nothing like that, but his initial is TL. He became the what's the name of that. And once Eazy-E turned it down, Dr. Dre did the little conference call, and they offered him like 200 G's. And Eazy-E was only giving him 70. I would have left too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how Suge got in the picture or nothing like that, because me and my homeboy had a little falling out over some bullshit. But I don't know how Suge got in the picture. Next thing you know, they did the deep cover, and that shit exploded. Boom. But me and my homeboy got back on good terms, and this and that. And Suge just like, he wasn't fair to the game, and the shit crashed, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened. And it never at once did they go over there and try to punk Eazy-E for Dr. Dre. That money got Dr. Dre over there, dude. That's what happened, dude. You know what I'm saying? And to me, like the Reggie called me that night on that fucking phone call, it wouldn't even been no motherfucking Suge night, no Bun Tree, no fucking Reggie Wright, no Shield, none of that. If it wasn't for me, motherfucker, I'll put that shit down, dude. I helped them start that record company. Them dudes was in jail, and I did all the footwork for that shit. And I heard the girl Judelle talking about, I came up with the symbol. That symbol was already fucking out. You know what I'm saying? So that's some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But Suge wasn't true to the game. That's why that shit crashed, dude. You know what I'm saying? Sit up there and then take care of Harry. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't fair to the game, dude. That's why the shit crashed, dude. And they never, for once, they pressured the Eazy-E out of no fucking Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre left behind the money, man. That's what happened, dude. I ain't saying no names or nothing like that, but Harry already said it himself, but that's what happened. Harry O was telling the fucking truth, dude. You know what I'm saying? And you keep on bringing these weak-ass Death Row people. You ain't got nobody that was there. I never seen them there. I never seen Reggie there. None of that shit. I used to go to Blackwell's every night or fucking, what's that shit over there? What's that shit called? Monte. She used to be up there every night. Man, I want to pay for that brother food. I never seen Mob J. Lachelle or Reggie up there. Nigga, you get somebody that's there. You wasting your money with them people, I swear. Call Suge, man. You never hear nobody contest my shit, though. Because I'm like, whack 100, I keep it 100.
Niggas, so as I told y'all this, bro, there's no way you're going to convince anybody in the court of law that that's a script, bro. Who can remember a script like that? I want y'all to answer that question. Who can remember a script like that? There's nobody that can remember that type of script, man. I'm sorry, man. There's nobody in this world, on this earth, that can remember that type of script, bro. It's not happening. It's not happening, man. Not happening, bro. So people can come on the internet, they can say whatever the hell they want to say, bro. You're not getting around that script, bro. That's not happening. at all. So I just said it once, I said it twice, I said it 3 times. You're not getting around that, bro. He did it to himself, man. And all y'all that come in here making all these old lame ass excuses, man, bro, nobody want to hear that shit, bro. You can't do that and then walk away and think that it's gonna be all great. It's not gonna happen. It's not going down like that, dog. It's definitely not going down like that, man. And I'm just keeping it real with y'all, bro. Say what you want to say, man. But it's the honest to God truth, bro. It's not going down like that, man. It damn sure ain't going down like that, man. And if you think it is, something wrong with you. That's just, facts, bro. So that's basically, the whole truth about the situation. And I told y'all, this guy right here, I'm about to show y'all, he sealed the whole thing up, man. Ain't nothing else to talk about. After he popped up, it's over with, bro. It's over with. Once he popped up, it's a wrap. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
Once.
And is that what you're referring to as the time that you told them, like, hey, any attorney here is better treat me as household because...
Yeah, I told him I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Now, a couple questions for you, sir. And this is more for clarification. So on the night of the murder, you were working as the head of security for 662.
Yes.
Explain for us a little bit about the club. Was that Shook's club or was it somebody else's club?
Shook, to my understanding.
Okay. And when you were there as head of security, were you there? Had you worked there as head of security prior to this particular night?
We did an event there once before. Yeah, same thing.
Okay. And on this particular night, was this an event like some type of fundraiser or something for police officers or anything like that? Do you recall what the event was for?
We wouldn't have been there.
Okay.
No.
What was the reason for the event?
It was Mike Tyson fight. Tyson was coming back. Tupac was supposed to perform like other people, and we was there for that.
Okay. Can you describe for us how big the club is so that we can...
30 years ago, a little bit bigger than this room.
Are y'all hearing that? See, this, bro, this shit is elementary, man. It really is, man. It really is, bro. He's not getting around that, bro. I'm sorry, you guys. Everybody that's listening to this video, bro, you might as well go ahead and pack that shit up, man. You know what I mean? All y'all that was around here doing saying all that shit, man. Yeah, man. Yep. Y'all should have known what it was. Right? Once he went in there, once he went in there, y'all should have already known what it was gonna be. Right? Just keeping it real, bro. Just keeping it real, man. They don't let y'all, man, people went in there and told and said all that shit. Said all of it. And what did everybody do? Hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. Let's go to this. Let's go to this again, man. Again, bro. I be trying to tell niggas, man.
Shook Knight and Puck.
Okay, that was your perspective of it.
That's all.
Y'all hit that like button too. We should have well over 1,000 likes, man.
Shook Knight and Puck.
Okay, that was your perspective of it.
That's all it was. And we all fell. Some of us fell victim to it because we allowed ourselves to be a part of the BS, should I say. And that was a situation between record companies, not gangs. So technically it wasn't our business. But when you had 20 men just fresh out of prison and didn't have a way of getting the things they wanted, getting a paycheck from Suge, we did almost anything and everything to get that paycheck.
Now, was there another gang that was associated with Bad Boy Records, the East Coast record company that Puffy had?
The only one I know of is Southside.
And did that escalate the tension between Mob Piru and Southside?
At the time, there was no at war, no, it was peace. And when the two record companies got into it, Bad Boy went to Keepy D now, and Suge came to us. So that intertwined everything, and we had issues.
Do you recall any instances that you were at where there were those issues manifested itself in terms of violence?
Are you serious? Don't ask me that right here. I can't say that on both sides. When each neighborhood met each other, there was a lot of tension. I'd say that.
Okay. Now I want to talk a little bit about September 7th, 1996.
Mhm.
Were you in Las Vegas on September 7th of 1996?
Yes.
Why were you in Las Vegas?
To run the security at 662, we were having issues with individuals that said that they were coming for whatever reason they was coming for, and to come to 662. My job was to not let that happen.
Similar to the kind of security you were asked to apply in the whole Snoop Dogg situation.
It didn't have nothing to do with Snoop Dogg. It was everybody came. Well, Suge and Buntry and them, his entourage, everybody went for the fight. My job and all of my people were there to make sure nothing funny happened at 662. So we were the fall guys. So if something happened, we was the one that's going to go to jail for it, prepared to do that. So nobody else was going to come up there and disrupt it in that manner. But if anybody remember that night, it was so many Metro and everybody there. No, neither side could have did anything. So it was calm, it was peaceful.
So when you say there's so much Metro there, you're talking about so much Metro at Club 662?
It was police all over the place.
Now you said you were there to be on the lookout for something. What were you?
You said I was on the lookout for nothing.
I apologize. You were there. In order to ensure there weren't any problems. Is that fair?
To make sure everything was good.
And because you had heard there might be some issues.
Correct.
And what were the issues that you were concerned about?
Individuals coming up there creating an issue we was having with different sides of from with Crips, period.
Yeah. So you were worried about Crips. Not worried. I'm sorry. You were there providing security to ensure that Crips did not initiate any violence at Club 662.
Not just Crips, that nothing would happen.
Okay.
Period.
Okay. And then when you were there, was Reggie Wright Jr. with you that night at September 7th, 1996 at Club 662?
Yes.
What was Reggie doing there?
Reggie's job was to watch me and make sure I don't get in trouble. Everybody knew how I was. So Reggie, everybody else went to the fights. Reggie was there to watch me with the people that was there.
And I'm guessing that you were not the only person there making sure there wasn't any problems at Club 662.
I'm positive it was 30, 40 Pyrus there.
And again, that was to make sure that there wasn't any violence that occurred at Club 662.
Right.
When at some point that night, do you learn that Tupac or Suge had been shot?
That night, yes.
Can you tell me how you learned about that?
Well, people was coming back and was explaining that Tupac and Suge just got shot. Everybody was in a uproar. A lot of people started even trying to get over there on Cobalt. We couldn't leave because we didn't pay to do this here. It wasn't too long after people started coming back, like Heron came back and went to the hospital. The majority of the people was leaving and then coming back because that night they said Tupac was going to be all right. And even Suge came back with a little bandage on his head. And we thought everything was good. People kept partying.
So, and when Suge came back, you said he had a bandage on his head, but
the dude said he got shot, but he was grazed, a little scar, but nothing penetrated.
some people would describe being shot in the head even
Well,
slightly.
he described it as that. I mean,
Yeah.
you're wrong.
All right. So when you find out, well, let me ask you this: was Reggie with you when you found out that Tupac and Suge were shot?
Yes.
And did it appear to you in any way that Reggie Wright Jr. was coordinating the murder of Tupac Shakur?
Impossible.
I mean, and I say this because you're aware that there have been some conspiracy theories that Reggie Wright Jr. is responsible for the murder of Tupac.
And it's so not true. His father was implicated, and his father had something to do with it. Reggie Wright used to be a police officer. And here again, I've been knowing Reggie Wright over 50 years. His daddy, as a police officer, patrolling my neighborhood. He done took me to jail many times when I messed up. If Reggie killed Tupac, then Death Row is over with. Tupac was the money source. Tupac was that guy at Death Row. So Reggie would have had a problem if he would have did that. And Suge, I truly believe Suge would have opened his mouth if Reggie betrayed him like that. So people say what they want to say.
After that night, do you stick around in Las Vegas or do you go back to Compton?
Well, I stayed in Vegas and we left that morning because we knew we was going to have neighborhood issues, and everybody left and went back to Compton.
Why were you thinking you might have neighborhood issues?
Well, you asking me some. The issues that we was having was heated, and Compton was on fire at the time, and things were happening. And me personally, staying in Vegas wasn't worth it. That man in the hospital, it's time to go and protect your home front and be prepared for whatever happened there. You know what I'm saying? Like the other side was being prepared and was prepared to do things because Orlando got beat up in there. And that's something you don't tolerate. So you was going to get some repercussion from that and everything else that was going on. So living this life, you got to be ready. If you not, you might as well just lay down.
Now, you weren't there for the beating of Orlando Anderson at the MGM, were you?
No, I was.
Yeah, like we talked earlier, you were at 662.
Yeah.
But are you aware of why Orlando was targeted?
I'm aware of a lot of things. Things that was going on. People ain't talked about it in 30 years. Today ain't one of them. I don't mean to be funny, but here's the thing. A lot of things happened that night. A lot of things happened weeks and weeks after that night. Me or anybody else bringing up the dead is wrong. A lot of people got hurt behind this situation in itself. Living the life and how we lived in Compton is one thing. You bring back all of the guys that made it, like me, I'm 61 years old now, to rehash and relive this situation again. I told every attorney in here that tried to get me to come here, you better treat me as a hostile witness. And I think that's where I'm about to go now, because you asking me questions, I can't answer those questions.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. And I'm not going to speak on Orlando. Let me ask you something about yourself. There was a rumor that Tupac had knocked you out one time.
I'd have killed him. That
would have been your response if that happened.
Yeah, I'm being honest with you and everybody else. I said it on my podcast show. Him, Suge, and my brother. I'd have shot all three of them if he touched me.
Why?
That's how I was living.
Why is that?
That's what I was back then.
And so, is it fair to say that your reputation and your standing in the neighborhood would require you to do something if you're going to get punked by somebody like Tupac?
You don't have a choice, or you can't be there.
Overall, I'm sorry. We're doing some side talking. No, that's my fault. I asked, would that being in the life that you were, if somebody like Tupac is punking you, like by punching you in the face, something like that, you would have to retaliate, or you would lose your place in the neighborhood.
You would have to go back home and fight everybody that called you a punk. You would have to go. There's some rules that you roll with, and some rules you just got to handle. Certain things need to be dealt with, adjusted, living that life. And when I was living that life, it wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts. It wasn't no, oh, you get a pass. No, I would have shot him, to be honest.
So then you had mentioned, I'm not going to ask you to go into any specifics, but you had mentioned that after what happened here in Las Vegas, there were issues between the neighborhoods. How long did that last? Was it like, all right, one day we're good, everything's done, or did it last for longer than that?
No, it was tension in the air for quite a long time, until I guess both sides, and he might agree, just said, let that shit go. Because it really wasn't our beef. This was between Suge Knight and Keefy D. And people put themselves in situations like myself. I'm guilty as everybody else. Like myself, I put myself in the situation to protect something and somebody that didn't have nothing to do with me. I did it for a paycheck. I did it on some just because. I'm older now. I get it. But we did things for all the wrong reasons at that time, in them days.
Court's indulgent. Your Honor, state will pass a witness.
Okay. Cross-examination, Mr. Sims.
Sir, have you ever met me?
Excuse me?
Have you ever met me before?
No.
Have you ever spoken to the district attorneys prior to your testimony here today?
Once.
And is that what you're referring to is the time that you told them, like, hey, any attorney here is better treat me as hostile because...
Yeah, I told him I didn't have nothing to do with it.
Now, a couple questions for you, sir. And this is more for clarification. So on the night of the murder, you were working as the head of security for 662.
Yes.
Explain for us a little bit about the club. Was that Suge's club or was it somebody else's club?
Suge, to my understanding.
Okay. And when you were there as head of security, were you there, had you worked there as head of security prior to this particular night?
We did an event there once before. Yeah, same thing.
Okay. And on this particular night, was this an event like some type of fundraiser or something for police officers or anything like that? Do you recall what the event was for?
We wouldn't have been there.
Okay.
No.
What was the reason for the event?
It was Mike Tyson fight Tyson was coming back. Tupac was supposed to perform like other people, and we was there for that.
Okay. Can you describe for us how big the club is so that we can?
30 years ago, a little bit bigger than this room.
So it's relatively, it's not like a 2-story. It's
No,
not,
it's
you know.
small.
All right. And in terms of the club itself, you were there and you were sharing with us that there were other people that were there.
Yes.
Law enforcement as well as I don't know, people from your side of town.
Oh, law enforcement was outside. The Metro was here. Why y'all put words in my mouth?
Sure.
They were outside.
Okay.
We were on the inside. Wasn't no law enforcement mingling with us.
So as far as you know, law enforcement wasn't hired by Reggie Wright to provide additional security?
No, this was
Club
Metro
security?
posted up all over the place.
And so they were there specifically just like what, harass or just send a warning or what?
No, they were there. Like when you have events in Las Vegas, everybody knows. You're going to see Metro here, every block.
Yeah.
They was posted up, which they do all the time.
But you're telling me that as head of security, you do not know or you don't believe that Reggie Wright hired the Metro officers to come
I know
in?
for a fact he didn't hire the Metro police.
Okay. Do you know how many people were on the payroll that night from your security team?
Well, y'all do paperwork different than we did. Our paperwork was getting cash money. Our paperwork was what they call under the table. We had at least 30, 40 of my homeboys there. Reggie Wright Jr. and his security, his company, the people work for him, didn't have nothing to do with what Shield paid us for working. So that was two different entities, Reggie and Shield. The homies was there for the Shield night. Reggie Wright hired his company to watch over Shield night people.
Right.
So his security did like the right thing. My security did what they ain't gonna do. You get what I'm saying?
I get it.
The police gonna walk you out of there.
Mm-hmm.
We gonna drag you out of there. So it was a difference, but not on the same paper.
Sure. And once again, the intent was to protect 662, right? To protect the club, protect the patrons that were going to go there, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in terms of your knowledge of what happened on that night, fair to say you weren't present when the shots had run out.
No, I wasn't there.
Okay. And your testimony is that you had heard from other people initially that, hey, Tupac had been shot.
Yes.
And you had thought maybe other people were maybe relieved, thinking like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. He's gonna be okay.
That's what came back to 662. People that went to the scene, and everybody said Tupac was talking. So everybody came back to the club saying he's gonna be all right. So people just went back to, me.
Right. Now, in terms of the that night, you go back to Compton. You live in Compton.
Yes.
You still live in Compton?
No.
At the time you live in Compton, you go back to Compton and you tell us that there was a lot of tension. Can you describe that for us when you went back in terms of what kind of tension we're talking about?
You sure you want me to answer that?
Is it going to be graphic?
No, I ain't gonna. I got to raise the word in it, but you asking me a question. I don't. And what I explained to them, I don't want to send him to prison.
Sure.
Even though we don't like each other.
Sure.
I don't want to send you to prison. So that's why I'm here where I'm at and the way I am, because I changed my life. I'm raising my grandkids, teaching them never to be like their papa. And here I am explaining to people what I used to be. And I'm not proud of that. I'm not proud of that at all. And you asking me questions that can hurt him. And like I told them, I'm trying to avoid to answer the questions that they might look at me and say, something is wrong.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me help you out with this.
Okay.
So these people right here, what they want to know from you is, did you see who shot Tupac?
I told you no.
Correct. So outside of that question, right, the next question I'm asking you is, when you went back to Compton, was it like a Southside Crip shoots a Pyru Blood, and then a Pyru Blood shoots a Southside Crip? Is that the tension that we're talking about?
Do I answer this?
That's a straightforward question. It's a yes or no answer.
Okay.
Did you see that?
When I was a part of that, like I was a part of that. And I was because you asking something that's gonna hurt this dude. And okay, let me stop.
And once again, I want to emphasize
when we got back to Compton,
okay,
it was a gang war. People were getting hurt.
Okay.
People was being sought. People were looking for certain individuals from his neighborhood,
okay,
as well they did mine.
Okay.
But Orlando, him, and certain other people were being sorted because people wanted to kill them.
Sure. Were they the only ones that they wanted to kill?
Am I the only one up in here? No, they weren't the only one. Okay. It's his neighborhood in particular. That's right. But they were the main subjects of a gang war. They was in the middle, such as me.
So you're telling us that people back home somehow had some type of information that said that guy, as a bunch of other people, were involved in what?
In the murder of Tupac.
Okay, but my question to you.
Stop.
Can you focus on me for a second, sir?
Yeah, I will.
And I apologize. I just want to make sure that we're clear, okay, for these people. In terms of that information, none of those people were there, right?
And what people you be speaking on? The people that was already in the neighborhood, or the people that left Las Vegas that same night Tupac was shot to go home, bear their arms, and go to somebody else's neighborhood to look for somebody? They had to pay it back.
So once again, my question to you is that the information that I'm asking about is the people that back home, you're saying were eyewitnesses to this?
How could people back home be eyewitnesses to something that happened in Vegas? No, that's not what I'm saying.
The people that were here in listen to my question, sir. The people that were here in Las Vegas, you're telling me were eyewitnesses to what happened and went back home. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm telling you, the people that was at 662.
Answer my question, sir. Yes or no?
I can't answer that without a what you call it. You trying to tell me to say something that you're not going to understand if you let me explain to you.
No, answer my question.
I'm not answering nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. McDonald, focus for a second.
No, I am focused. Very
focus on this. My question to you is this. You didn't know what happened that night because you weren't there.
Right? I was at 662.
Right. Do you know who that was there?
I know everybody that was there.
Okay. Like who?
Talk to your lawyer, man. This dude is tripping. I'm not going to explain that. I can't answer that.
Okay, let me ask you this next question then. You are telling us that people back in Compton, for some reason, knew what happened here in Las Vegas.
A phone conversation. People found out when people left Las Vegas the same night Tupac was shot, went straight back to Compton. It only takes 3.5 hours to get home.
Sure.
Yes, it wasn't a problem for people to find out what happened. No problem at all.
They got on their phones, they texted people, they let them know what happened here on the night of the shooting?
Yeah. They had walkie-talkies, they had all kinds of phones. They had ways to call people to say whatever. But when people left Las Vegas that same night, after they found out and got in their cars and went home because it was a situation, Pac was shot. Okay. Retaliation is a mug. Come on, man. You got like it was for real, for real. All of this was for real.
Now, the night of the shooting, did you have a walkie-talkie, a Nextel thing or something like that?
No.
Did Reggie write?
I don't know what he had. I don't know how much money he had in his pocket. I don't know what he had on his hip.
But you were the head of securities, but you're telling us you did not have any
Reggie Wright. Right-way security has nothing to do with the gang-banging security, PARUs, whatever you want to call us. They had nothing to do with us.
Okay.
The phones that Suge had for certain individuals, they had the phones. Like the guy that was bodyguard for Tupac that night. Like some of the guys that was at the Tyson fight, like Suge Knight. Certain individuals had phones. Yes, they did.
Okay, so, all right, I get what you're saying. You're not there, but you're saying other people were.
Yes, I'm saying there was a lot of people there.
A lot of people were there at the shooting that took place.
That was in the entourage, yes.
Let's see. Okay, just one final question. You're here today, and I think the state had asked this question under a subpoena. You're ordered to be here today, right?
Yes.
In terms of that subpoena, for instance, is that's the only reason why you're here is because of that subpoena?
I don't have no other reason to be here.
Yeah. In order for you to get that subpoena, you were served that subpoena back in California
Yes.
by a police officer?
I don't know. He was in uniform.
Okay. And that order required you to go to a court in California?
I had to go to court in Victorville.
And then that court in California said you have to show up here.
And in that court, I cussed them out and told them, you can't make me do nothing.
Right.
And in that court, they told me that I would be in attempted court. Me raising my grandkids, I'm not going to put my grandkids in the car and move somewhere so y'all can't find me. So all that running and living a different life, I ain't doing it. So I agreed to come. And I explained to everybody in here, you ask me something, I'm going to be honest about. You ask me something I don't want to talk about, you're going to have a problem. Treat me as a hostile witness. You're not going to talk to me and tell me as a grown man what I have to do up here. I'm not going to send him to prison. You are.
So the accusation now is because of the fact that we're trying to ask you questions, you're blaming it on me.
You asking me questions. If I just answer your questions, we going to have a problem in here, a misunderstanding. And you're asking me something that wouldn't be good for him.
Right. And once again, I just want to look, we're just trying to figure out who shot Tupac. You're telling us that you weren't there to see. That's all I want to know. At the end of the day, that's it. Right?
Was I in the entourage when Tupac got shot? No.
Okay. Nothing else, right?
I was at 662. I mean, that ain't hard. That's easy math.
No further questions, John.
Anything further, State?
Jesus.
All right, we've got one more phase and then we'll let you out of here.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, any questions for this witness? Seeing no hands. Oh, we do have one. Okay, hang on one second. All right, I have a question for you from one of our jurors, if you can answer it. Did Reggie Wright Jr. instruct security to not have firearms the night of the fight?
To be honest, I don't know if Reggie Wright told his people or the police officers not to have guns, and I don't know why. He sure didn't tell us because we had ours. And that's the honest truth.
All right. Any follow-up based on that, State?
No, Your Honor.
Defense.
I just want to clarify what the witnesses said. You're telling us that you had guns that night.
Yeah.
I just want to know. But you had guns that night, right?
Yes, we did.
All right, thank you.
All right, State. I know you didn't want to be here, but thank you for coming back.
Okay, can I say something? I want to apologize to everybody, but I find this kind of funny. And truthfully, what you're going through, brother, is what you're going through. I didn't want to be a part of that, and I'm not a part of that. So I appreciate everything, and I apologize to all of y'all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. McDonald. You are free to go. State's next witness.
Yes, Your Honor. State's calling Reggie Wright Jr.
All right, Jordan's investigating the burning smell. Anyone like smelling that? The burning smell? Maybe. If anybody's smelling something burning, it's a burnt bagel from back there, so don't worry, we're all fine. Okay. Are we able to? Is this good?
I think he was leaving them like that to swear, and then we'll turn them.
Okay, perfect, got it. All right, we'll have you sworn then, Mr. Wright.
Please raise your right hand. You do solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in this action shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
Reginald Lilburn Wright Jr. Reginald. Lilburn is Lil. B as in boy. URN. Wright is WRIGHT. And I'm a junior.
Thank you, sir. Whenever you're ready, Mr. Paul, you may proceed. You're good, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Do you mind if I call you Reggie?
Of course.
Okay. Sir, where did you grow up?
I grew up in the city of Compton, California. I was born and raised there until about the age of 19.
And who is your father? Who's your father?
My father is Reginald Wright Sr.
And where did your father work?
He worked for the city of Compton Police Department.
And at some point, had he risen up the ranks of the Compton Police Department to become a lieutenant, is it, of gangs?
Eventually captain, but during most of his career was a lieutenant.
Where did you ultimately become a police officer yourself?
Yes, sir.
When was that?
I was a civilian jailer from 1985 until 1989. And then I became a police officer from 1989 until I retired in 1996.
And why did you retire?
I received a medical retirement for I have vascular necrosis in my right ankle, but that's not why I'm like this. This is a result of COVID.
After you left the Compton PD or took your medical retirement, where did you next work?
Well, to be honest, my last year or two of being a police officer, I was employed as death row security, head of security, and also had a private security company.
Now, was that something that was called like moonlighting, that officers would moonlight when they were off duty?
Yes, sir.
Can you explain to us what moonlighting means when you're off duty?
Well, moonlighting is pretty much just working off duty on your off duty hours, working for different companies. I worked for several companies. It wasn't just death row. I worked for trucking companies, doing security. Worked at nightclub, the Raiders Club, that was inside of the Compton Hotel. Worked several video shoots. Just extra money on the side for off duty.
Compton PD wasn't paying good?
Guess I was a little young and greedy.
Yeah. And then at some point you said one of the jobs that you had was moonlighting for Death Row. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And can you tell us what Death Row is?
Death Row Records is a record company that was based out of Beverly Hills, California. And yeah.
And who ran Death Row Records at that time?
A gentleman that I actually grew up with at elementary school, junior high, and high school by the name of Marion Suge Knight.
And when you say Suge, is that what he would go by?
I call him Suge.
So after you retired, did you, well, actually, let me take a step back. As part of your role as a police officer in Compton, were you familiar with the different neighborhoods and the members of different neighborhoods?
Yes, sir.
Was that part of your job to know what areas were associated with what gangs?
Pretty much a job, and like I said, I started in like 1985, so kind of got familiar while I was working the jail, and it was something that was curious to me. Being that my father was active with the gangs, and it was something that was intriguing to me as well.
When you said you grew up with Suge, did you grow up in the same neighborhood that Suge grew up in?
Yes, about 2 blocks away.
Was that considered Mob Piru territory?
That's correct, sir.
So when you were growing up, were you familiar with the Mob Piru?
They came on eventually later. It was really a Looters Park, Piru area. But then, I guess when I was about in the 7th grade, which would have been like 1978, maybe a little later, 80, they started calling themselves the Mob Piru.
So they were Looters Park, Piru before, and then they transitioned to being called Mob Piru.
Yeah, we pretty much divided it, everything south of Rosecrans was mob, and everything north was, or the other way around. North was mob, and south were Looters area of Rosecrans Avenue.
Were you familiar with a gang called the Southside Compton Crips?
Yes, sir.
How were you familiar with the Southside Compton Crips?
Well, growing up in the city of Compton, we all played sports together, and heard of them when I was playing at Kelly Park, baseball, Little League baseball, at Compton Northern. And then my time in '85 as a jailer, and then working the streets of Compton as a police officer from 1989.
Were you familiar with somebody by the name that went by the moniker Keefy D?
Well, heard of him. Had no personal interactions with him at that point, especially in law enforcement. Heard of him, knew of him, but I had no personal contact with Keefy at that time.
So he was somebody that was on your radar, even though you had never met him or any had personal interaction with him.
Heard of him. He was mainly known as at one point he was known as a crackhead, but then later on he was known as a drug dealer. And I mainly was a gang guy, and didn't really enforce on the level of narcotics he was working.
All right. So then you had mentioned that after you had left the Compton PD, you formed a company. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, sir. So in '94, initially I was using a private security company because I was kind of in charge for security for death row called Code 4. But once I saw I was about to get retired, I opened up my own private company called Right Way Protective Services. And that didn't really get started until about 1995. But in '94, I was using another private company.
And who were your clients? Was your client just death row, or did you do anything else?
I had a couple of clients, like Honda of Pasadena, which was a automotive dealership, a dealership in Compton that they were repoing people's cars and they needed a car. But my biggest, 95% of my clientele was Death Row Records.
Now, tell me about that. What were you doing when you're saying you're security or you're a security company that's working for Death Row Records or getting contracted by Death Row Records? What does that mean, actually?
It grew over a time period. In '94, it was just mainly just special events. And then I have a couple of off-duty or retired police officers hanging with the artists in '94. '95, '96, it got a little bigger. I had security at the office, at the recording studios, driving Mr. Knight around, two with Mr. Shakur, two with Snoop Dogg, Mr. Rodis, and other artists when they went to promotional events like that. So I could pretty much have about 10 officers working a day.
And when you say 10 officers, were the people that you would contract with or work for you in this world, were they largely off-duty police officers?
Off-duty or reserves or retired.
And why is that?
Because they were able to carry guns concealed, uh, where it's not exposed. We had exposed officers at the studio, but mainly the bodyguards were carried their weapons concealed.
And we heard,
and for the training as well.
We heard from James McDonald just before you hit the stand. Was it fair to say that there were Mob Piru gang members also around Death Row Records?
That's correct. Mob, looters, West Side, generally Pirus from the city of Compton.
And are these gangs that are generally associated with the Bloods? Is that right?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. And the Crips are, let me ask you, Crips and Bloods, are they an alliance or are they typically in conflict?
Typically in conflict. However, Death Row was a unique situation because one of their main artists prior to Mr. Shakur coming to the label was Snoop Dogg, who was a known Crip from Long Beach. And they all seemed to have a great working relationship prior to my arrival and even during my arrival.
All right. I want to ask you about Bad Boy Records. Are you familiar with a company called Bad Boy Records?
Yes, I am.
And who, to your knowledge, was running Bad Boy Records in the mid-90s?
P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Puffy. I don't know what name you're going by today.
All right. So we'll go with Mr. Combs for now.
Okay.
So Mr. Combs was running Bad Boy Record. And then who would you say his most prominent artist at that time was?
Christopher Wallace, Biggie Small.
Okay. And then was there tension between Death Row Records and Bad Boy, the Bad Boy Entertainment label?
At what time period?
Well, you tell me. At any point, did tension develop between Bad Boy Records and Death Row Records?
Initially, when I was around in '94, there wasn't. However, some things happened in '95 that started tension between Death Row and Bad Boys.
There's a famous speech that Mr. Knight gives at the Source Awards in New York in 1995. Does that contribute to it?
Yes, sir. That was August the 6th, 1995. But yes, sir. That was when he let the world know.
And then there's another incident where one of Suge's associates was killed in Atlanta. Is that right?
That was in September 25th, I believe. That's right.
And then is it fair to say that your perception of as security for Death Row Records was that somebody associated with Bad Boy Entertainment may have had something to do with the murder of one of Suge's friends in Atlanta?
That was always the story that was told to us. Yes, sir.
And so is it fair to say by 1995, the end of 1995, that there was significant tension between Bad Boy and Death Row?
Yes, sir.
And to the extent that it even involved violence with regards to Suge Knight's friend being killed.
Correct. That was the first time something escalated to that point. Yes, sir.
As security for Death Row, how did you handle this?
Well, we was always on some type of tension when it came to Bad Boys or going to the East Coast, which Suge and I continuously went to the East Coast because he had a lot of business. His distributor, the main distributor, was located out there. The big trade, like the magazines and stuff, was out there. So I can honestly say he and I, and maybe a few of his homeboys, went out there at least once a week, once a month, I'm sorry, during that time. When Mr. Shakur came home, we went down a little bit, but we were still going out there, but we didn't go as much.
And when you say when Mr. Shakur came home, at some point did Death Row sign Mr. Shakur to its record label?
It's debated how that happened, but
I'm asking about that.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure
that you get, the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.